Hello everyone! Welcome to the Ghost in the Machine, a D&D actual play live show about memory, identity, magic, and politics. We are back after a short hiatus because two of our members went to Disney World.
Abandoned us.
Correct.
We had so much fun.
We did.
No regrets.
No regrets.
Abandoned.
Yeah.
I'm
actually going to transition to the view so they can just see everyone.
Hello.
Hi. We're back with episode 15 of the Ghost in the Machine. We hope you enjoyed the one-shots that we had put together. There'll be another one in 5 weeks on the 31st. But, yeah.
Are you ready yet?
Do you want to talk about it at all?
It's gonna
Are
be
you
super
panicking
spooky.
yet?
So it's gonna be Halloween. We're going to probably all be dressed up as awesome things. No pressure, guys.
No pressure.
And it'll be food themed. So take that as you will.
Yep.
And I don't think anyone has the power to shoot spaghetti from their fingertips, but it's a possibility.
But we'll find out.
It's a possibility.
So each week we'll give you a different clue.
Oh, that sounds good. I was just thinking the same thing.
Just got to tease it out real good.
I might have to change my character so I can shoot spaghetti from my fingertips now.
So that'll happen, but we'll have, for the next 4 weeks, including this week, we'll have Ghost of the Machine, and then on the 31st, Liz will be running a one-shot. And then that'll be 2 members of this little soiree that have, 3, obviously including me, that have run a game. And then it's just the gentleman left.
Run a game
That's
on
true.
stream. Yeah, I have a game that I run.
Yeah. The only place that matters on
Is
this
right
stream.
Uh-huh.
So when we so just a few quick announcements. We have a subscriber button.
Yay!
We were a little on the slow side getting that one together, but we've been affiliate for like a month. Anyway,
We got it.
It's
It's done now.
It's done now.
So if you can just click on it, that'd be great.
You click, you give us our money, and then I can retire early.
And don't forget, if you have an Amazon Prime subscription, you can use your Prime subscription to any Twitch channel that you like, as long as you hook it up together. And remember that you'll have to re-up that subscription every month, but it is free.
Every month.
It alerts you now with Twitch Prime.
Yeah, tell your friends about the stream and follow and subscribe if you're enjoying the content, which you should be.
Why else are you here?
Salty said hi. Hi, Salty.
Hi, Salty.
Hey, Salty.
Hey, Salty. So when we last left our heroes, the Prism had just departed from Fort Mountain Hall, having settled affairs there with the King and the Warrens, such as through their enforcer Claudia, and had destroyed Lady Cadia, the Baronetess, of Jeffron Avenue, the once vampire, and had saw that they could do more in Fort Mountain Hall, but perhaps we're getting the feeling they were starting to bite off more than they could chew. That perhaps that city was infested with vampires.
It literally
Underground city with no sun, infested with vampires. Who would have thought?
Right.
Who would have thought?
There's one dude who's not a vampire.
And the Count,
Dracul,
his name is Dracul, so...
of the Titanlands. So,
Yeah, no way.
and after redeeming Professor Vasilier and Cthulhu and setting them on an entirely different path in their lives, banishing the corrupt Examinator from Fort Mountain Hall, a very fruitful few episodes in Fort Mountain Hall, they decided to move on and set their sights towards Mercinia, ruled by the powerful House Moira, one of the great families of the Gishari Republic, ruled by the Grand Duchess Cassandra Moira. But a little lower down the totem pole is the Marquesa of Trilia, who, according to Selina, has perhaps done something with Selina's once partner or paramour, keeping him in some way from her. And to that end, they have enlisted the help of the Friends of the Fallen and begun the process in locating this Alric, this mysterious healer? Abjuration? We'll see. And with that, we are in the plastered mare, and the alabaster welcoming the port of the city Mercinia, the city of the devout, in the region of Eastwing, in the Gishari Republic. You have just approached this arrested sister who seems to be in, nice white, like a habit, but it's all white instead of the black. And with a little turquoise chain and a pink kind of ribbon. And she looks up at you smirking. An elderly woman, not elderly, but older, 58 plus, with really sharp features and basically Meryl Streep, basically. Looks up at you smiling after you introduce yourself. You have said the phrase. You got yourself in. And she says, they told me, they said that I should be expecting somebody. You know what I expected? And she looks at a stopwatch. Or not a stopwatch, a pocket watch. Closes it. Looks at her cup of coffee. You got a name?
Selina.
You're with the friends? What's up? They've given me some information, but why don't you tell me in your words why you're here?
We're here for reconnaissance and rescue.
Reconnaissance and rescue. You see now she's looking around and she stands up from the booth. She's like, I'm about to head to the church. I just stopped here for coffee. It's not like I own the place or anything. Those are your friends? And she gestures over to the rest of the prison.
They've been friends so far.
Well, how about you walk with me to the church? We'll talk on the way.
Can I roll an insight?
Sure.
She walks with me and she talks with me and she tells me.
Natural 20
Nice.
24. Today's going to be a good day. I never roll a natural 20 on the first roll.
She seems forthright and truthful. She's curt and sharp, but yeah.
She's the person I'm looking for. She's not an
This is
impersonator.
Sister Eileen, yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Best as you can tell, yeah.
No,
Didn't you just say she was Kurt?
What we expect.
Carolyn.
Perfect. Then, let me know. I'm gonna let them know, see where they want me to meet them. I'll be right back over. 1 minute.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a walk, see what the city has. This is Sister Eileen. You guys were all there when they told me who she was, right?
Mm-hmm. I believe so.
This is Sister Eileen. We're gonna walk across town. Where do you want me to meet you? I could be a couple hours.
Perhaps the plastered mirror.
No.
That's where we are.
Chill out.
Oh, sorry.
Have a reach for the bar.
We're in the Plastered Mare.
Isn't this where we're staying as well? This is an inn
You
restaurant?
It is an inn.
Yeah,
You guys
we'll
wanna get rooms
probably
here?
stay here. Yeah, so we'll sort out rooms and stuff. And
Okay.
Do
meet you back.
you need a chaperone?
Having a smart follower might not be a problem. Might not be a bad idea. But I don't think it's necessary.
Well, we did make an effort not to split up.
Yeah. I bet if justice follows you, that might be good.
Yeah, I mean,
Back
Sister Eileen can handle her own. I'm pretty sure she'll go anyone after with a chonkler or something.
Still better safe than sorry after what we've encountered with Dupla.
Fair.
I will give you a few moments after you leave, and then we'll be in tow.
Perfect.
So, you join Sister Eileen for her walkabout. Go and roll stealth, Justice, after a little while.
Yep. And as soon as they leave, I'll use the disguise in like an alley or something. That will be a 19.
All right. They'll hold that. And then so for the first few minutes of conversation, she's like, the weather today, and as a really very stiff, cold wind blows off from the Great Span Sea. She's like, I've never seen anything quite like it. It seems to be getting worse every year. She's like, so where are you from?
Grasslands, north or south of Antinia, right?
Oh, you're from Avamere?
No, which one?
You're correct.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Sorry, I've only seen the map like twice, and so this is from memory, and I'm hoping for the best.
She's like, oh, okay. She's like, are you a native or are you Gish?
Gish, right? Yeah, Gish.
She's like, yeah. She's like, oh, no, we don't have too many Gish volunteers. I'll say that.
Well, I've seen what the Gish can do.
So this Alaric, what's he mean to you? And you can see she kind of pushes like someone out of her way as she's walking through this crowd. The alabaster welcoming now starting to really pile up as it gets later in the morning. You can see more action, more hustle and bustle on the dock.
He saved my life more times than I can imagine, and I would do the same for him.
She's like, well, she stops as like a cart slings mud everywhere, and you can see there's like this faint enchantment in front of her, and it just kind of.
Am I not covered in mud?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay.
She's like, shield. She's like, it's a busy place. Sorry about that. She's like, well, I'll be honest with you. She's like, I'm not really much for the Friends of the Fallen. I understand their whole mission statement. I've worked with them before. I work with them because they're good people. They're good healers. But I'm no revolutionary, so you can keep that business to yourself. But they're doing me. You guys might do me a favor in turn, and so then I'll do you one. How about that?
Sounds fair so far.
All right. She's like, there's a lot to this city. The church, it's the strongest city. It has the strongest church presence. You can see there's a cathedral every freaking corner. She points to a few churches within plain eyesight. She's like, but that doesn't mean it doesn't have its problems. A lot of good people here, but there's also a lot of bad. What makes you think House Moira's got your friend?
That's the most logical conclusion given what I know.
All right. I don't doubt your instincts. I've just never heard of this guy. I just hear things.
I've been tracking him for almost 15 years. I assumed he was lost until the friends came to me with news. They've been keeping an eye out as they go across the country doing what they do. Here, Nebraska, on the islands just north, and never heard a thing. And suddenly he's here again, and she's cropped up in my life. The Moira house has made itself known immediately to me, and it's all of a sudden, all very quickly, and it's too much for coincidence.
Fair enough. Well, how about this? I'm not gonna make you do the deal before you do. You get a little something on your end. How about that? In fact, I don't care how much headway you make on my end. On the things that I need done in the city, I'll be fine whether or not you do them. But as far as I know, everything I've learned from the friends, everything that we've tried to, every traditional means we've used to track Alaric hasn't worked. So he's either dead, not on this plane of existence, or protected mystically. And that's kind of the long and short of it.
Yeah. There's more than one kind of box to hide an entire person these days. So.
Yeah. Plenty of boxes in this world. He's like, so it's going to involve a certain amount of discretion. It's going to involve what I imagine between you and your friends a certain finesse. However you do it, I don't particularly care. But the less the bloodshed, the better.
Of course.
She has now walked you. Actually, she's taken around the plastered mare, and you guys have started heading north on the Alabaster Welcoming. But she's now taking you towards the shoreline of the docks and everything. She gestures out northeast. She's like, "You see that out there in the skyline, the horizon? There appears to be some kind of blip of an island."
Okay.
She's like, "That." Double check. That is Ivorsmouth.
Ivorsmouth.
Ivorsmouth. Or Ivorsmouth. 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 Ivorsmouth.
Ivorsmouth outside of Mercinia in the bay.
Yeah, it's an island just northeast of Mercinia.
Okay. What does that spit of land mean to us?
Pretty much nothing. But lately it's been much talked about due to some recent activities. The island itself is inhabited by what we call first humans, non-Gish that lived there before the Gishari conquest, the few of their kind. They're the only humans ever recorded in the Western continent. What few there ever were. So anyway, they are part of the Gishari Republic. They technically answer to House Moira, but that little strip of land right there is practically its own country. And we think they have something in there that we want, sorry.
Okay.
And that we are hoping is going to help us find your boy.
So this one's 2 for 1. You get whatever the artifact is. We get one step closer to finding.
Correct. The friends are going to keep it. We'll let you use it maybe for a little bit, and then it's ours. You can keep whatever else you find in there.
Okay. So player question. How were the natives treated when the Gish came through? Did they side with the elves in the war, or did they side with the Gish?
They basically didn't. Like, there were so few of them left. They're almost unheard of.
Did the elves kill them before, or would my history...
As far as you know, there was no human genocide. There was very, very, very few humans in the Western continent. And this is one such group.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Just making sure it's not like
Fine.
reservation space or whatever.
Nope.
Just naturally, that's how it happened.
No, just early sailors who landed there. They weren't born there. They were.
Is this thing going to be a beacon when we move it?
No.
No.
We don't think so. It's just something that helps you locate people. But so I'll give you more detail. We're in we're a more secure location.
Oh yeah.
But take this back to your friends. I'm sure it's nothing you can't handle. I'll give you all the juicy details. Right?
Okay. Before we part, anything else you can share with me about what you're hoping to accomplish around town with our help?
There is a priest that I would like to have removed, and I don't mean removed. I mean out of town.
Was he? I don't know how familiar you are with Fort Mountain Hall, but is he running a gambit like the priest there?
I don't think it's daytime conversation.
Oh, got it.
His name is Father Apris. APRIS.
Okay. And it's bad enough it's worth.
It's as bad as you could possibly imagine.
Okay.
So anyway, that's Mercinia. I gotta go to work. Yeah, I'm not sure how much more I feel comfortable sharing, but do you have any more questions for me?
Is there a good, discreet way to and from the island that you know of?
Discreet? No, there is a ferry, though.
Okay.
She points to, like, a little shitty boat off in the distance.
So, you know who I travel with?
Yeah, I've heard.
They have their non-discreet moments.
Yeah.
It's good.
The word is that you guys keep rolling into town and people start dying. The authorities are in a buzz.
Well,
I mean...
the last time we were in, it was because they were vampires.
I mean, it's whatever story you want to tell, and I don't particularly care, but just be careful. This is a different... This isn't lackadaisical up here.
No, minus this walk with you, I probably will not come back through this city with this face on.
That's probably for the best.
Moira knows who I am. She will be looking for me, if she doesn't already know I'm here.
Oh, they definitely know you're here.
Yeah. So, have we been being followed at all?
Go ahead and roll perception.
I'm also keeping watch while I'm walking.
Go ahead and roll perception.
16.
Granted, anyone's listening in or anything. You're not being followed.
So You seem to have your ear to the ground. Is there a whisper house in town that you know of?
She's like, I don't really vibe with those people. That's not my...
I just wondered because they weren't supposed to be in town when we were in the Glide. However, they found their way there.
Right, yeah. Bridgeton is really the only city that they don't have a presence in, and that's only because of a leftover from some old law. Anyway, yeah, no, they have one. You're gonna want to check out. You're gonna want to check out the Rough Bandit.
Okay.
It's in Hogna Heights.
Good to know. How best would you like me to? Do you want to part ways? I mean, I don't know if you care to be seen with us. Or...
No, they very well know who I am and what I'm up to. They just can't do anything about it yet.
Okay. Well, thank you for your help.
Yep. Thank you. And be careful. You in a 16?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, again, just to remember, you're like looking around the Alabaster Welcome. You see, so on one far end in the north, there's like the lighthouse, the standard lighthouse, which you guys are now near. And then way at the south of the Alabaster Welcoming, which kind of forms this U shape, literally kind of hugging the sea. On the very south end, looking down now to your right, is that strange translucent tower that you can see through but cannot see inside. Which you're reminded of, and you're assuming is a Sorcerer King tower. You see that in the distance, and that's what you see.
Okay. Then I will walk out of her sight and step into an alleyway and wait for a second.
Okay. While that's happening, you guys doing anything?
Yeah, we're probably gonna get rooms for the night and stuff. So I'll finish my drink, lazily, and then walk up to the innkeeper or bartender, whoever does.
Young elvish guy that she seemed to be bossing around. Now you guys realize that she actually doesn't work here or own it. She's just a bossy customer.
Makes sense.
Nice.
I have a question. Who has pen pals? Who wrote who a letter recently? I know who'd you write a letter to recently? You wrote to Naz before you left.
Yes, I wrote a letter to Naz, and I also wrote a situation report to the House of Whispers, the College of Whispers.
Okay, and then did you write a letter? Did anyone else write a letter to anyone that they're expecting a reply back?
I don't think well, we asked Cthulhu and Professor Vasilier to keep in touch, but I don't know if we're expecting to hear back from them.
Not yet. I was just trying to get... Okay. That
I'm eventually going to write to Wilhelm.
Yeah.
But I haven't yet.
Right, that's fine. I just want to make sure no one else except for him is expecting a letter.
I don't think so.
We've got quite a little pen pal system going on.
I have friends.
Yeah, it's like you guys are real characters. Gilly.
It's almost as if.
So I'm going to write... Vasilier is going to write Gilly, and then Cthulhu is going to write Gilly Justice. And Naz is going to write Justice. Okay. I just want to make sure. So what are you doing?
I'm with him.
All right.
Sure.
So we're walking up to get some rooms.
Yeah, I think
And,
3 rooms should be sufficient for the night. Unless you want your own room and not to bunk with Selina again. It's up to you, I guess.
I don't really care too much, but I just, don't want to keep her up.
No? Well, I can get us 4 rooms then.
We can start with 3, and if it's a problem, we'll just get another.
Perfect.
You and I could room together. We don't sleep.
You're not here. We'll figure it out later.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm looking for 3 rooms? 3 rooms
3
for
rooms.
the night.
Oh, of course. For how long?
Well, for multiple nights. I'm probably about a week or so.
All right.
Maybe longer.
3 rooms.
Real quick question. When is the next concert in Fort Mountain Hall?
Fort Mountain, you get to the Mercinia one first.
I know, but that tells me how long we might be here.
Right. I'd say about 5 days or so. Morgan cancels. The thing is, Morgan cancels and pushes back shows a lot.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
So,
whenever she decides to show up.
So maybe, round about 5 days-ish.
Yeah, so 5-ish days.
Oh, okay.
One of them has to be the nicest room that you have.
Well, of course. I suppose 3 rooms at a discounted rate, 15 gold.
This sounds reasonable.
All right.
Perfect.
Is that really a discounted rate?
Roll insight.
I have no concept of money.
How much could a room cost?
I don't have any concept of what this person is,
How much is a
about,
banana, like
so
$10?
that's a 7. No,
Perfect.
that's less than a 7.
Perfect. Yeah, he's being
Seems
honest.
legit.
He's like, oh, and can I get an autograph?
Absolutely.
He just like slides a little piece of parchment.
I'll sign it with flourish.
Thank you, my liege. I heard you were coming to town.
Mm-hmm.
How do you like it so far?
It's nice. It's very white here.
Yeah.
He's going
Just like Naperville.
so quick. Forgery and black market. That's what's happening now.
My signature's everywhere.
Correct.
Oh no.
Well, I'm honored to meet you and all that. I'm going to go get your rooms ready. They'll be ready in
Thank
about
you.
2 hours.
Excellent, Edward. We'll probably be around here in the bar area. I'm enjoying the delightful bakery and pastries.
Well, fantastic. Did you want to talk to Civilius at all? Did you guys want to talk at all?
I do.
Okay,
Yeah.
go for
Once
it,
we get
please.
up to the room.
Yeah.
So, we should probably just do it like a once-over, just to make sure everything's... We should probably do some sort of a once-over and make sure everything's okay in the rooms, maybe.
Oh, obviously.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do detect magic and all that shenanigans.
Okay. But, I had a bit of a thought.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know if we should go anywhere with it, but I was thinking, we've been in the papers. People are trying to skew things in one way or another. Like we're being set up for something. And, I'm not really a fan of being a pawn, which is pretty much what we've been for a lot of people so far. But I was thinking, what if we tried to do a little spin ourselves?
What did you have in mind?
Well, we might be able to see if we could have any ins at any papers and maybe write up a little something or other, send it in, or if we know any third parties that could write something up and send that in.
Like an opinion piece or something. We could
Something
submit
like
an opinion
that,
piece
yep.
to the paper.
But
Multiple
it
papers
obviously
even.
wouldn't be from us,
Yeah, no, you'd come up with a pen name or something.
pretty much. And it of course would have to sound like someone not me. I can't write like myself.
Gilly O'Shea.
That seems like no one would pick that up.
No.
It's so similar, it has to be different, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's too obvious of a
No one would use
coincidence.
that as a pen name. But anyway, it was just
Pickles
a...
do.
Pickles be pickles do. It's so close, it cannot be the same person.
No. Okay.
You would think. But yeah, it was just a thought that I had.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay.
If you even want to write something up, I'm not much of the literary.
I think I'll need like
Genius
Justice's
myself.
help because I'm not good with like forgeries really.
Mhm.
You know, I think I'm decent at writing, but when it comes to trying to make my handwriting different or make me sound like not me, I don't know. Well,
Okay.
I think
Yeah,
I'll need some
we
help
can
with that.
discuss it as a group tonight.
It's just something I've been thinking of.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
What do you
I'll
guys
also
do?
read the paper.
You gonna read the
Look,
paper?
I'm also gonna look at the paper to see if there's anything.
Okay.
Is it our turn?
Yeah.
So you're waiting in an alley, I'm guessing, for me?
Yeah, so I've stepped into an alley and I'm making sure that there's nobody watching me be in an alley.
I step into the alley. I'm a fair-looking, blonde-haired man, blue-eyed. How did it go?
We really need a secret handshake or something.
Well, we can work on that. Maybe back at the end, so it's a secret.
That's usually how secret handshakes work.
Indeed.
Yep.
Is that our person? Are we good to go?
That was Sister Eileen. She is interesting. She's in it to do good in the world, but she doesn't like. She's not here to upset the apple cart, so to speak. So, so there's more to this than just a straight reconnaissance and rescue. It's more of we have to play a little bit of their game first.
Of course. It's typical.
Did you get a chance to see the island in the bay as we were walking past it?
I saw her pointing at it. It became apparent to me once she gestured.
Yeah.
What's the significance? I was too far away to hear.
Oh, it's evidently one of the last holdouts of the non-Gish humans.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, they exist. So, I'm not sure what, like, I don't know enough of their history or their affiliations with everything else. But if we could just walk on site and negotiate for their treasures, or if we...
Hey, we're new here, give us your shit, that kind of thing?
Yeah, kinda.
Okay.
I have a couple things I want to try first before we do that. And then there's evidently another, and there's no one listening to us, right? Like, got it. Okay.
The brick next
yeah.
to your head.
It's a mimic.
The walls.
The city's a mimic.
Right.
For me, potentially. But there's also another priest in town, worse than the last we ran off.
Oh?
So.
Is this a laundering situation?
No, probably trafficking of something. That's just a guess. I don't, Still too populous for her to tell me what's going on.
Do they want this priest to disappear?
Run out of town was the specific instructions. Not killed, just run out of town and disgraced. I know.
Can never be simple. Did this priest have a name?
I just wrote it down.
A priest.
Don't take notes.
APRIS.
Father, a priest.
A priest.
They
So
appreciate it.
while we're looking for everything else, we may keep an eye out for him, as it sounds like he's definitely in bed with Moira. So, yeah.
This is probably going to get a little bit messier than we thought. Okay.
That's why we need a spin team.
I'm gonna. We can discuss once we're back at the
Yeah.
plastered mare, but
I'm not easy that she is running a tit for tat game, but I think unfortunately she's not drank the friend's Kool-Aid, so there's only so much I can do. She's not on our payroll, so to speak. So
just an exchange. It's fine.
yeah. But it sounds like something that we would be behind, and Moira is everywhere in this town. I mean, the church is on every corner. So discretion is as best as we can, and I should probably change my disguise daily, if not hourly.
Well, I can help you with it if you're not changing it hourly. If it's getting hourly, well, my supplies will run out pretty quick.
Yeah, but daily I should probably look like somebody different.
Okay.
They can I'm sure they'll easily figure out that I am who I am with traveling with you guys, but it might be better if they don't see me traveling with you.
Have you ever thought about shaving your head? It makes wigs easier.
But it's so pretty with the colors in it now.
Oh yes, that.
Yeah,
You have streaks of green.
I do.
Make-
Yeah,
They're very
Yes.
pretty and very distinguishing.
they are. Yeah,
That cloak
yeah.
stands out as well.
That's okay. The cloak can be hidden. It has been before.
Of course. I think at some point I need to visit the local Whisper House. But I also have some information that the rest of the group should probably hear too.
Local Whisper House is the
Rough Bandit.
The Rough Bandit
Oh.
over in that other side of town,
Hogna Heights.
Hogden Heights.
Hogna.
Hogna Heights. Excuse me, Hogna Heights.
I didn't realize. Did she tell you this?
Yes, I asked.
Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. I was gonna just look for the signs, but that makes it easy.
Yeah, make it a little easier for you. I feel like we probably shouldn't split up. We probably any more than we already have, and we probably shouldn't dally where we don't need to be. Versus the glide that was much safer.
Well, do you want me to try to do something about your appearance now before we head back? It would not be good to lead a tale back to the place that we're staying.
True. Probably.
I could try to just... I mean, it's not going to be pretty.
It doesn't have to be.
Disguise.
I just have to be respectable enough to get back into
Roll,
the...
go ahead and roll. Straight roll. 15.
I can give him guidance.
Plus 1d4.
Ooh.
Nice. 28. Does a quick work. Mostly what he does is you guys switch your cloaks around. You kind of hide the clutch of the elder gods by kind of stuffing it down. It kind of drags, and you put all of her hair underneath like a really quick hat, and you kind of thin her mouth and do things like that. And yeah, do a pretty good job.
Hold up a mirror.
We can change my hair color and do whatever else we need
Of course.
later.
Yes, I think maybe returning to Plastered Mare reconvene before I try visiting the Whisper House would be best.
Probably. Go together?
Sure thing. You lead the way.
Do we want to stealth back to the Whisper House? Or not to the Whisper House, to the mayor?
Just try to maybe be circuitous so we lose any potential tails.
I didn't see any, but...
Roll stealth if you'd like.
My stealth die. Yes!
24.
23.
All right. You guys stealth back pretty good.
Just like stealthing the heck out of it.
So, I want to play a little trick on those two.
Alright.
Something a little fun. I want to show you something that I've been working on. Ready? Ready?
Mhm.
Ready? Ready? And I change into an old gnomish woman.
Huh. Nice.
What do you think?
Pretty good.
The voice.
The voice needs to be a bit more gravelly.
A bit more gravelly, you say?
Yes.
Something more
perfect.
like this?
Yes.
Okay.
Like you're always struggling.
Oh, it is a struggle to be this old.
Perfect. They'll love it.
You think?
Mm-hmm. You should go beg them for gold. When they come in, go beg for gold from them. It'll be very entertaining.
I should just like be outside of the plastered mare. Were there many were there many beggars outside?
There's quite a few poor people in Mercinia.
I need to hold it together, guys.
I'm gonna do it
All right.
as the old gnomish woman.
I'm gonna sit back with my drink and watch.
I'm just gonna sit outside and beg, but when they come by,
Roll performance.
okay. Oh man.
Oh, please,
Hey,
that one.
if she gets gold,
If
She
I nat one, I
realized-
get to re-roll it. But you know, this one was good. This was a 23.
All right. So as you guys arrive back, there's this old woman who is stopping you for money.
Could you help? Could you help an old woman out, please? I have medicine to buy.
Are you still wearing the same outfit that you
Nope.
had before?
Nope.
Change the font.
I changed it into something much more ragged. I look like a begging old gnome.
Oh no.
I avoid eye contact and just keep walking.
Please, and I just grab onto your arm.
I would not let her touch me.
Go ahead and roll an attack, melee attack roll.
I'm used to being in urban environments. You don't engage.
It's an 18 on the die.
Fuck.
You're gonna get stay
I
up.
believe that's 20 total.
I think.
Your strength bonus is 8.
Correct.
Okay.
Got me. I will put like a copper into her hand.
Thank you, Justice.
We
Actually, I probably think that she's with the. I'm gonna immediately in Thieves' Cant say, "Are you with the college?"
But what was the actual sentence?
I did it with your gestures.
Oh, with your gestures, okay.
Yeah. Do you do Thieves' Cant?
Nope.
In response? I'm gonna look around and I will say, I don't even know what I would say. I'll say inside 10 minutes. And I'll keep walking.
Okay.
I'm super weird though.
What's Selina done to the beggar?
As I saw her approach, I grabbed a day of rations and pressed it into her palm. And then I kept walking.
Light your path. Selina.
What's the return phrase?
May he never look upon me.
May he never look upon me. My initial response was also with you, which doesn't make any sense in this game.
Hold up our hearts. Also with you.
And then I just duck around into an alley and I change back into me and then I come back inside.
Perfect.
And I sit down and I put the rations in front of you and I put the copper in front of you.
That was a good disguise.
I learned a new trick.
Excellent. How did you figure that out?
Well, Glitch has been teaching me. Because we like to keep things interesting. It's quite
All
useful.
right, I'm gonna go check if our rooms are.
But I find it's pretty useful, like, in other situations, so, you know.
Is that why I saw you disguised earlier as a miniature Sibelius? Because you and Glitch like to keep it interesting.
You are
So the rooms
getting
ready?
funnier by the day. That's really great.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Who doesn't want to sleep with Sylvia?
That's true.
Also, did Glitch tell you about
I can't
that?
wait till I can
Because
make a
that was an
simulacrum.
interesting session. That's canon now.
This, all joking aside, that is going to be an extremely useful skill.
I figured it'd be helpful. It's really the reason why I asked Glitch to help me.
Excellent.
Not that other reasons haven't found use for it, but, you know. But you guys are all... We seem to need to not look like ourselves quite a bit, so...
Well, it'll make preparation for subtle missions that much quicker if I'm only disguising 2 other people.
Well, it is only a magical disguise, so the same problems that you run into will still be a thing.
Well, better than nothing.
Right?
Correct.
Okay. It's just an illusion.
Do we have rooms? I think we have
We do.
matters to discuss.
We booked 3. I didn't know if we needed 4 or not. I figured we could discuss that. I don't want to keep you up, but,
Louder things than you I've slept with, so.
Oh, you haven't heard her and Glitch.
Louder things than her I've slept through.
Well, both of them.
I
are
need to hear
dressed as
stories
Sibelius.
about this. What'd you say?
Both of them are dressed as Sibelius. It's like being John Malkovich, but with Sibelius.
Precisely.
Sibelius.
Sibelius.
Okay. I'll allow them to...
We broke Liz.
We're delightful.
Welcome back.
We'll allow you to lead us up to the room.
We're never leaving
We
again.
should really start tonight's episode.
I mean, at some point, it would be good. It might be nice to start.
Content.
We should really start.
Oh,
Okay.
Now that the tree shows up.
oh man.
All right. Going up to the room then?
If they're ready.
Sure.
We'll go to the nicest one.
They're all equally nice. Every time.
Yours is the best.
It is.
Yours has the best view. There we go.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's actually a stunning view. The Alabaster Welcoming is a beautiful port. You can see that island, an island just in the north. You can see like a lighthouse. And so it's like 2 basically communicating lighthouses.
I'd like to go there sometime.
I think we can arrange for that.
Perfect.
Would you like to share what information you have?
So that was Sister Eileen. She's an interesting lady. She doesn't trust us. She is she's a rumor seeker. I don't know how else to put it, but she sounds like she's good at discerning what is true and what is not based on the rumor mill.
Ooh, that could be helpful.
Interesting.
But she's got no room for shenanigans. She wants nobody dying in her town.
Oh, that's gonna be a problem.
I don't want people to be dying either. So
Some people just need dying.
So many reasons to have that conversation and so many reasons to leave it alone.
right.
But she knows what's going to be done here is not going to be done as discreetly as she wants it to be. But she's hoping to bully us into having it done as discreetly as possible.
We'll try our best.
As you can tell, I probably won't leave here with the same face every morning. Or I won't be leaving with you. I will trail behind you every day. You probably shouldn't be seen with me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Every now and then, you could be somebody and I could be a small child and tag along with you.
I mean, not far. I would say within sight distance of you guys.
Right, we could come up with some sort of just
We'll
a
figure it out.
rotating,
Yeah.
so that each day at least somebody can walk near you.
So, do we know what the next steps are for finding your mate?
Yes. So there is a small pocket of non-gish humans in town. Well, not in town. On the island in the bay, just northeast of here. What do you remember of the humans before the Gish?
Roll history.
Can I assist him?
This is just civilians.
Guidance? I can give you guidance.
You could, but I've rolled to 10.
You don't remember much. They were few and far between. These were prior to even before 600 years ago. Probably even before the elves came around. Just shortly after the arresting light, a little over 1500 or 2000 years ago, humans fled the continent of the decaying thronehold of Mordru. They fled the northern continent from a small kingdom, emerging kingdom known as Babylon, and they fled and they went west and were never heard from again on the old continent. But they ended up in Ivorsmouth. They ended up a few other places too. They mostly died, and the few that landed in Ivorsmouth lived there and basically kept to themselves. It's not a particularly important port. Mercinia is, like it's easier. Like you might as well just go to Mercinia once you've already gotten there. It serves as like if it's a fishing village, it's a few other things, but it's a small piece of unimportant land that people have made a life on.
I'll reiterate all that information to you guys.
They evidently have a few artifacts that they've brought with them from God knows where. One of them has been identified by the church and the friends. And that's our first stop. Evidently it'll help us find our work.
Perfect.
Who's in possession of the artifact at the moment?
The non-gish humans on the island.
So we're supposed to go over there and just steal an artifact?
Or maybe negotiate for it.
I was thinking we start with negotiation. We ask nicely and bring money.
It's a good way to tip off the fact that we want the artifact.
Who's paying for it? If we're going to be paying for it, how's that going to work?
I didn't ask. We to be clear, I think we need to decide if we're going to accept this or we're going to try to find our work on our own.
Okay.
Again, no one has been able to locate him for almost 15 years.
Yeah, this seems to be our best lead, honestly.
And then report back in with Sister Eileen. And then introduce her formally to the rest of you guys. She's brisk, no nonsense. She doesn't work for the Fallen. She associates with the Fallen because she sees it's good people. Everyone in town knows what she's doing. Her words, they just can't do anything about it.
Okay.
So she is so honest, and even in all of her briskness, she is liked enough and important enough that they can't depose her. at this time. We need to make sure we don't change that.
That makes sense.
In dealing with her, she's going to ask us to also take a look at Father or Priest in town. That'll be more information that we need to get, but in the light of day, was not the right place to talk about it.
So, about Father or Priest.
Mm-hmm.
I've received intelligence that there is a potential asset in the city of Mercinia that I'm supposed to make contact with and bring to my side.
From the Fallen?
No.
Or not the Fallen, the House of Whispers?
No. It's this other thing that I'm with. Anyway, a bunch of like-minded
moonlighting.
individuals. What was
Is
that?
this a
Are you
vampire thing?
moonlighting?
You could call it that.
Okay.
So, there's a young girl who has a lot of potential. And she is out for vengeance on someone who has wronged her. It's the person who runs an orphanage in Whitehall, apparently quite poorly. And the name of this person is Father Apris. I was informed of this shortly before we left for Mercinia, after we'd made the decision to travel here.
So are you hoping to save Father Priest, or are you to bring him to your cause, or are you hoping to kill Father Priest?
Well, what's the human expression? Kill two birds with one stone. It might be... Originally, I was just planning on killing this person, but if driving him out of town and humiliating him would maybe buy us in, and maybe that would be just as good for this girl.
So it sounds like you're supposed to help this girl kill this priest?
Oh, or just get vengeance on him. She might... I don't know this girl, so maybe she would settle for seeing him disgraced and driven out of town and broken as a person.
Let's hope.
So this sister wouldn't give me any more information. She just said, imagine the worst. And
Well, it's involving an orphanage, so...
I did not know it was involving an orphanage.
Well, that's
Sounds
what I
even
mean.
worse.
Now that we know it's involving an orphanage, it's...
We drove a priest out of town for stealing money.
Oh,
Minimal amounts of money.
We
And
drove
probably
a
killing
priest out
people
of
via
town
neglect,
for
so.
causing exactly the death
Yeah.
of multiple of my people, and probably countless others.
Not knowingly. He was an accomplice, but not a knowing accomplice for that.
You come to me, you have a disease, I see you have the disease, I give you a placebo and tell you you're cured, you die of that disease. What would you call that?
Negligence, but
I call it murder.
okay, you drove him out of town for negligence and irresponsibility. That's fine. But so I'm not saying this guy doesn't deserve whatever we give him. However,
It's a chat.
Yeah, sorry.
It's all good. Funny.
you guys are a mess.
Fun and salty.
But
So this might be actually, I do not believe in coincidence, but maybe the stars are aligning here and we can kind of sync these things up.
bad people deserve bad ends. Sister Eileen would like us to see him run out of town. Once he's out of town, whatever happens to him is not Sister Eileen's problem. Just gonna throw that out.
True. Anyway, we can probably sort that out once we have more information.
I think so.
So if we want to accept the Ivorsmouth Island adventure, we can, I can send word to Sister Eileen. If we would like to go our own course, I know there's at least one place in town we need to stop before we do anything else. Does anyone need to resupply?
No, I'm pretty fully stocked up.
If I do travel to the Whisper House, I could inquire about your missing mate. If we're hoping to be able to have any chance of doing it on our own, I could see if they have any information. It's a stretch.
Do you think that's wise?
That might tip them off that
I'm going to assume that the Whisper House is working as closely with Marva as the Whisper House in the Glide was working with starts with an R.
Rendell.
Rendell. I was gonna call him Renly. I was like, no, that's the wrong one. With Rendell. I'm sure they were invited here before the healers were, to be honest. But
Well, then I won't pry, but I do need to make a sit rep so they don't kill me.
That makes sense.
that's smart. You want me to travel with you and hide outside?
Sure. I think that'll be fine. But then
Other-
I'm pretty low on funds, so I'm pretty much as restocked as I'm going to be.
No. I guess when you guys get back, we can head over to the island, and I think that's probably our best bet.
We should check in with Sister Eileen before we head to the island to see if she wants us to negotiate.
And to
Steal?
know what we're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Right, we might go in through the cover of night if they want us to steal it.
And
Perfect.
I think we need some more information before we actually accept that.
Father or priest, that's
Job.
negotiable. So if we don't do
I meant
that,
the artifact thing.
so we need the artifact to potentially find Alric.
That's convenient.
It is overly so.
I just think that we still need more information about it.
Fair enough.
We meet with...
So are we gonna sit here
Sister.
for a bit?
Aren't we up in the rooms?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you guys
Oh,
head
what
Have
over
we,
time
to
of day is it?
Whisper House?
We had you guys wait 2 hours for the room. It was 10. It's like about noon, 1.
We should look through the rooms with detect magic and search for anything.
I can assist before we head back out.
I'll
Do
do
you guys
ritual
wanna do
detect
that
magic
while
and
I've
see
got
if I
two things?
find anything.
I have detect magic at will.
Are you attuned to the docent?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you were.
He's
I
one of
thought
the
you
three.
dropped.
Nope, I redid.
It's not a man.
You have the ring, right?
Gladiosa? Did you say he?
If I did, it was accidental.
I had the ring last.
Yeah, I've got
I'm
the-
not saying that I need
The
it
cowl,
right
zip
now.
zap, and
Oh,
dove
that's
sit
fine. I'm
right
just
now.
making sure you have it because it's still the healing word
So-
armor baptism is spell magic, right?
Gladiosa,
Mm-hmm.
are you awake?
I am always awake.
Do you want to do a little bit of your magic and see if you can detect any magic in this room or the adjacent ones?
I certainly can. I can give you a status report of the magical energies that are present in this room.
You can probably ignore any magical energies on myself or any of my comrades.
But I will make notes of them nonetheless.
Great.
Thank you.
Oh no.
The sphere in your chest, the aperture sphere in your chest lights up. And there's like this quick little beam across the room. Science. There is no anomalous magical energies outside of your usual carrying capacity.
Thank you very much, Gladiosa.
You are welcome.
There does not appear to be any magic items in the room,
Mm-hmm.
according to Gladiosa.
You should always summon me when there is science to do.
I would not have it any other way, Gladiosa.
This was a triumph.
Yes. Yes.
Indeed it was,
I'm
Gladiosa.
making a note here. Huge success.
Yes.
You should be proud. When I write Archimedes back, I will tell him of your performance.
My master's name was Artemis.
I apologize. I have a terrible memory. And it's been like 3 weeks. Way to marginalize your wizard justice. Yeah. You've been replaced by a machine. Ghost.
Automation.
Yes.
What's
Can't
minimum
replace
wage?
Fireball.
Not yet. No.
Yeah.
Wait till he kills you and takes part of your
Gladios
essence.
is humming.
Gladius is something in my head. Okay.
So I'm gonna take at least 20 minutes here.
Okay.
So first one's gonna be ritual animal messenger to oh goodness, Sister Eileen.
Okay.
We wish to meet once more. Do you have time this evening? Where is the best place?
She can't reply.
Huh?
She cannot reply, unfortunately.
Send note to the
Bastard mare.
plastered mare.
Just send a messenger. What else?
I'm going to do ritual divination because I have not done that today.
What gods or spirits or creatures are you beseeching? And where are you doing this? In front of whom?
Just we're in the room, so I have like sat down cross-legged like in a corner of the room.
So on your little ritual circle, Mrs. Kilgass's the little imp cat. She is just like crossing her paws. She's just staring at you.
Oh, but she's not touching me, right?
No, she's just sitting. She keeps her distance from most of you guys. Phoning home for some answers, calling a friend.
It's one of my 3
Lifelines.
One of my 3 lifelines, yeah.
Who are you going to phone this time?
Do you have any suggestions?
I do.
Oh.
You could send a nice little word to my hubby. Let him know how much I miss him.
Oh, but he wants to kill me.
Oh, I'm sure that's a misunderstanding. He's a reasonable man.
He was very specific.
That's 'cause
very specific.
you broke his second favorite toy.
I have it.
Hey, Kilgass, do you remember our agreement?
Oh, I'm just making conversation.
And if that conversation happened to bear fruit, you would nip it in the bud?
I can't do anything. I'm bound by the terms of our agreement.
I'm now making a mental note to check for the shards of that sword every night.
They're there.
So.
All I'm saying is, forgiveness is a path. And the tyrant, Modru, takes calling cards.
We'll see how his wife.
She just kind of. So who are you beseeching?
Whoever Alric would have prayed to.
Goddess Mercy.
And it's a very simple question. Do we need the box to find him? The artifact from the non-gish humans.
As you hone in with your 4th level ritual, you can see a brilliant, bright, winding light. Kind of, it literally blinds you for a moment. You're dazzled. You feel good. You feel reassured. But you also feel in danger. And then the light fades. Your vision is restored.
So is the danger the answer, or what?
All 3 of those things were the answer.
Have you guys been doing anything else? Do I have more time, or
Does anyone want to do anything?
No.
We don't have anything else really going on tonight, I don't think.
I would have.
No, I'm thinking.
Your sibling is here in the city, just so you know.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You're looking for...
Yes, that's true.
Finnan?
Finnan,
yeah.
My notebook's on here. Yeah. So, in that case, I will... Where do I think that Finnan might have gone based on just knowing Finnan's personality and...
You know that he cut and ran. He didn't take any money with him.
Right.
So he's probably on the lam looking for work, or has found work. It's been like a week or 2. So.
And probably in some sort of an inn or something.
Yeah.
Based on his skill sets.
Yes.
Okay. How do I go about trying to find him then?
You can roll investigation. If you set out on the town and try to ask around.
Civilius?
Mm-hmm.
Since we really should be pairing up in buddy town, do you want to tag along for a bit?
Sure.
Do you have anywhere you want to go in the town, or?
No, I'll just see the sights and.
How long are you guys going to be up?
I can come back whenever you need.
So all of that is only going to take like 25 minutes. Okay. Do you say anything about Finnan before you leave?
Yeah, I just want to try to find Finnan.
I can always send animal messenger out looking for him with a message from you. I think I could put her voice in
You've met Finnan briefly, but you met him.
That would be cute.
And I believe I can, if he's within...
It's like 150 miles or something. It has some riders, but yeah. If he's within the province of Eastwing, you can get a message to him.
So I can get him a message anywhere in town.
Ooh, that would be really useful.
If you bring me whatever animal you think you'd listen to with your voice, we can send it in town.
Goodness. I don't know how good I am at handling animals. I guess I'll go try. I'll go try to find an animal that Finnan might like.
Okay. Full investigation.
Okay. Jesus. I keep rolling the lowest I can without re-rolling. 9.
Oh yeah, you found a good one. So you're looking around and you're like, and there's like a seagull and you're like,
Oh no,
like,
a seagull.
little chipmunk or something scurries off. You look over and there's like this kind of you at first you think it's just roadkill and you kind of look the other way. There's like this raccoon that's just like really laying down. It kind of looks at you and you're like, it's like, no. And you like look around in your moment of desperation. You're like, you tackle it. Go ahead and roll grapple.
Oh no!
Oh, God.
It's as big as you.
Why am I
Someone's
fighting a
gonna need
raccoon?
lesser restoration after
What's
this.
funny about this is I know that I could follow her outside and turn on.
I rolled another 2!
I see.
3 2s!
What was your total?
I've rolled 2s 3 times in a row. My total for
This is payback for me.
It is.
Your
It really
website.
is because I can at least re-roll a 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so what am I rolling?
Grapple.
Grapple. So strength. Yeah, they're just strength.
So
Athletics.
it's just a 2.
Athletics.
It's just 2.
Should be.
My total's just 2.
Oh right, it's -1 + 1, right?
Yep. Jack of all trades.
So the raccoon like scurries up and starts running down the alley. This is your one at bat. What are you gonna do?
What am I going to do?
Yeah, play presents.
I'm going to use vicious mockery.
Oh no! Okay.
Wait.
What's your DC?
Wait a minute. Do I have anything that's better?
Get over your fat shit.
So what's hilarious is
Whole
this
person.
spell, if I
Oh,
can
no.
see the animal,
I'll just use
it's
minor
already
illusion to
imprisoned.
like
I don't have to chase it.
put up like some sort of a wall in front of it. Maybe it'll think it's real.
What's your spell DC?
My spell DC is a 14.
It stops. So go ahead and roll another grapple.
Okay. That's a 10.
I rolled a 2.
Hey!
So you,
I've got a raccoon.
The guard's just like
and it just kind of settles down.
I just give
tiny
it some.
little halfling.
I give it a little like
chasing
jerky or whatever I've
raccoons.
got from rations. And... No? Okay. Well, bring it inside. Oh, I just sent a message to Selina. I'm like, I found one.
You know,
This patchy furred raccoon, dull
worse.
gray.
It's no worse than a rat. It's not smoking.
It just looks depressed. So she just sets it down.
Will this work, or should we find something else?
So squished up.
I'm not good at this.
I can't
A lot of the animals in the glide will kill you, so.
tell her. I'm gonna be able to watch this every time she wants to use this feature. No, that'll do just fine if this is what you want to send to your brother.
I'm not good at this.
Roll deception.
What is it?
Natural 1. So 7.
So you've now set the animal down in front of Selina, but now dawns on you that she could have just walked out there being a druid and like helped you and like probably just cast the spell, and she was having a little fun at your expense.
Okay, well, this is your shtick, so what should we do?
Will the raccoon let me pet him? No, she's the worst. Would you
I'm
mind
sorry.
sending a message for us?
Yeah, it's fine.
What message do you want to send your brother?
This is your spirit animal, man.
It is.
It
Don't
depends on how
touch
he
me,
feels
don't
that
bother me, just...
Last time it was a rat that was smoking. This time it's an angry fat raccoon.
Okay, so, how many words do I have?
25.
All of them?
25.
All of the words.
25.
Okay, so I'll say,
You see that raccoon hold up its tiny little paw?
Finnan, it's Gilly. Sorry about raccoon. He's sweet though. Can we talk? I'm at the plastered mare.
You've got 3 words.
I've got 3. No, I've got 8 words left, right?
8.
Because it's 25.
Yeah.
I've
Well, that was
counted-
16.
Yeah.
We're all
Just finish your message.
I miss you. Love, Gilly.
Is there anything else? Is there anything else you'd like to include in your message?
Will Lee be able to respond?
No, he cannot respond.
It's not like I'm being paid or anything, but please take your time.
That's it. I'm done. Thank you.
I'll go be your little slave messenger. It
Oh
gets
my
down
God.
off the... Existence is suffering. Raccoon leaves?
I had a question before all that. Does Lady Kilgast ever let me pet?
Mrs. Kilgast.
Sorry, Mrs. Kilgast ever let me pet her or want to be petted?
Certainly try.
When she left her and she was doing her thing.
You can try.
I'm not going to do it right now in front of everybody.
Okay.
So then while she was out wrestling,
You're gonna try to pet a devil. Okay,
I
great.
would have pulled out the golden compass.
Silver.
So
That's what they call masturbation. It's silver.
why did I write down gold?
I don't know.
This is the worst. I'm an idiot.
It's time to pet the devil.
And who knows, I might have initially
Well, he's
said
by
gold with a
himself.
word vomit, but it's definitely silver. Silver, city of silver, yada yada yada. You know, mountain of silver. Yeah.
Yeah, mountain of silver. That makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. I put it somewhere. So I would have pulled out the compass and did I ever detect magic on the compass?
Oh, yeah, it has a faint magical enchantment, but it doesn't have any discernible. It's divination magic, is what it is. But
And then I had decided that it was something that kind of points to what you're looking for.
kind of, yeah. That's what you're guessing, but it does have some erratic behaviors.
So I don't think I've sat down and concentrated on Alric without all of that. I'm gonna try that.
Okay. So you sit down the plastered mirror of the alabaster welcoming.
Yeah, so I'm up in the room again.
It's going to point you. You're in Fjordiga. Points northwest.
Where the island is?
The island is northeast. It points towards the city on the northern side. What would basically essentially be the far north side of the city.
Is that I don't know the lay of the city, so you're welcome to
It
tell
is
me.
the direction of Skillcliff and Trilea.
Okay. Okay. So after the debacle with the raccoon, if we don't like what we hear about, I'm gonna call it a box because I don't know what the artifact is, but whatever we hear about the box, we don't like it. Your mother's gift may help us find him.
Okay, that's good.
I don't know how reliable it is.
I do want to help you. I'm a little apprehensive about trying to procure someone else's artifact.
Well, I called it an artifact. I don't know how important it is to these people. They've just identified that it's on the island. I don't know that much more about it. Shouldn't want to say too much in front of nobody. in the open.
Sure.
But yeah. So
I mean, there's already enough of that happening in this country. And I just look at civilians with like some sympathy.
So what did you do while we were out? I don't think we asked.
Oh, we just had a bit of a chat. I had an idea that I ran past Civilius first, since you guys were gone. I think it, based on what we've been finding in the papers, it might be helpful for us to try to start a spin team of some sort. Maybe find somebody to help us write something, or just us write some like anonymous opinion pieces, send them in, hope they get published. Might be able to pull some strings somewhere, I don't know, but it's just a thought that I haven't really fully fleshed out yet. Figured it we could kind of brainstorm together.
It's not a bad thought. I can send anything anywhere. So, wherever you want it submitted, we can submit it across the country from us.
One note about Animal Messenger: I've traveled a lot of the country, so it's not a huge deal, but you have to have at least seen the location before. If the Animal Messenger can't arrive there, just so you know.
Oh yeah, I don't know where her brother is.
Well, you have passed through enough of Mercinia to where the animal can kind of see it.
Can figure
But
it
if
out.
you've absolutely never been to a place before, the Animal Messenger can't get there.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Just so you know.
Look at that.
I don't want it to, because it's a great spell and I want you to keep using it, but it just does have some limits.
Got it.
Yep.
Perfect.
And we want to combat the negative image that's being placed upon us.
Yeah, it seems that we're basically being set up for
Scapegoatery.
yeah.
Maybe
And I'm just kind of tired of being pawns for other people.
well, perhaps we can write of the information that we actually can share. And maybe we can write about the good deeds that we've been doing as we pass from city to city, like an ongoing chronicle of
Right, like little exposés about like the actual things that were going on and
right.
We could ask, Bizzleby?
Did you mean busy?
Busy. The innkeeper from...
Yep, busy.
For the stream in Still Tower?
Yeah, so we rescued a town, and I'm terrible with names.
Bizzleby.
Morgan, I believe.
And the very nice Erky. That is the other one's name.
Erky, yep.
Busy
and Erky.
What's Erky's last name?
Erky.
Timbers.
We were asking
Oh,
her.
I'm sorry.
We were trying to see what she'd come up with.
Great with backstories, terrible with names, guys.
Bumblebee tuna. Thanks, Salty.
Swan, swimmy, swamps. Samsonite!
I was way off.
Slappy.
We could ask them to write pieces and then have them submitted across the country, or maybe somewhere nowhere near them. So it's a truthful account from somebody, not us, that looks positive.
That could be a good place to start.
If we
Makes
have
sense.
anyone else.
Except,
Our participation.
hopefully maybe not talking about our involvement.
No, but we were positive influences. We came through town, blah, blah, blah.
We could ask the hags to write one.
That seems like a poor idea.
Did you say what I think you said?
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't understand what
He
you
was a
just said.
mumblesaurus, so.
Yep.
You
Yeah,
say
you had a bunch of
hags?
Ricola in your mouth.
Yeah, we can ask the hags to write one.
The hags are all dead.
I know.
That
That's
was
the joke.
apparently
Oh.
the joke. Okay, great.
But we can write of the dragon that we slayed to
Correct.
save Bridgeton. We can write about whatever our cover story was for what we did before we arrived in.
Just as a note, you are a bard.
Yeah.
You can make it your habit. You individually can make it a habit. You have the ability to disguise yourself. You can literally just spend time performing in bars, in inns, wherever you go.
I was also thinking that
Okay.
that way, but I'm glad that you are saying that because It was a thought I haven't
You
quite
know
got
that that's
to.
very effective.
Nice.
Depending on how well you roll in performance.
True. So,
Oh, really?
I could also do a little bit of my own spinning.
Mm-hmm.
Moonlight as a little minstrel or something.
Also,
Yeah.
you are performing at concerts in front of thousands and thousands of people.
True.
Not a bad idea to write your own song and sing the tales of your glory. It's what everyone else does.
Nice.
Hey, look at that.
That's a good idea.
You are a bard.
Add auto-tune.
Stop it.
Fey magic is literally auto-tune. Yeah. Yeah.
Would you rather go with Justice today and keep him company on the way to and from the Whisper House? Your disguise was very, very well put together earlier. Much better than anything I'm going to put together.
I mean, it's just an illusion, but I think plenty of people will see through it. But the thing is, I'm not going in that Whisper House, right?
No, you're not a associate.
Right. So
I-
you'd be alone as soon as you got there.
Well, I mean, and then also you waiting outside, I guess. But
Yeah, right.
I mean, there's no real way around that unless, well, I believe that you said it was in an actual tavern.
Yeah.
Almost all Whisper houses are in town.
So you could come into the facade and just not enter like the sanctum, most likely.
Just
There's a
like
front,
the Devil
right?
We
Dog.
could.
No, she couldn't enter the building. at all.
Whisper houses are self-contained entirely. There's
Ah.
no facade. They're literally just taverns. Just because this is a fantasy world.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So she couldn't even.
It's a members-only country club. Think of it
God.
that way.
Okay, I misunderstood.
In Bridgeton, it was a facade because there's no Whisper House in Bridgeton. But
So
a members-only tavern.
there's, unless perhaps I have an alternative idea. We all three go there. I enter, then no one is left alone, and then I can come back out and reconvene with you after I'm done. I should not be there long. And if I am there long, I'm probably dead.
That's neat.
Neat. Neat's the word for it, yeah.
Yeah, why don't we just all travel together? Sibelius, you up for a walk?
Sure.
We
Alright.
can hang out across the street.
How are we going to be leaving? Are we going to look like ourselves?
I don't think. We could take a moment to disguise ourselves if we're drawing a lot of attention. Sort of from time to
So
time.
you guys could look like yourselves. I should probably change.
Aren't you still changed right now? Oh.
Oh yeah, from you, but I'm
I
sure I
think
can
I did
make it
really well.
better.
It's a pretty good disguise.
That'll
Honestly,
be it.
I perform well under pressure. So you.
I'll be fine.
Somebody literally asked you for your autograph as we checked in.
I know.
You weren't
It was
there.
amazing,
but-
wasn't it?
Oh, that's right. I wasn't there.
Sure, we told you. Whatever.
I need to do something about
Fine.
this. Okay.
Go ahead and roll disguise.
I was gonna say, well, I'm surprised you didn't have him roll persuasion first.
Is it? Can I take my time? with
I
it?
don't think you guys can take your time
Okay.
considering the timeline of events.
Straight roll.
Did you want to interfere with him?
No.
Do you want to give him disadvantage?
Please.
I'll give him guidance.
Maybe. Yes. So roll with disadvantage. He's fussing.
You're fucked. Well, I still did pretty well. As much as you tried, that's a 20.
With the low roll?
With a lower roll. I rolled
Oh.
12 and then a 16. So I got a +9 to disguise, plus the.
Oh, nice.
I
Plus
gave
nine.
that.
Oh, that's right. You have expertise. That's right. Nice. So yeah, he actually does pretty well. Even though he like swats your hand out of the way. He can't.
But I'm like deftly.
He uses like a little bit of abject magic to like block your hand a few times. He's like practically casting.
Prestidigitation and
And
clean.
he's like, no, you're not doing it right.
I think that this will have to do as much as could have been better if you behaved.
You behaved.
Telling
I mean, it's all just getting worse.
the once prince of the Aramir to behave.
Maybe this
Just
is
want
why.
you to realize what you're saying.
Maybe this is why he's now the once prince.
Whoa.
I didn't say that in game, obviously.
Watch yourself.
Oh, wow. Them fight.
The elf formerly known as Prince.
I'm siding with him.
Y'all had big dreams.
So anyway,
So, you guys are all heading to the Whisper House. Some of you are going to loiter, and you're going to go in.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think maybe we just pass by it and go somewhere else.
Right, yeah, you
and
guys
wait.
walk down the street.
Yeah.
Just walk down the street, get some autographs.
So I am going to pass without a trace the three of us.
Nice.
Okay.
Do you want me to be a...
Do you want to do that as you get closer?
Yeah.
Because
So
it'll take you
About
about...
10 minutes out, I'm going to pass without a trace us so that we can continue past the Whisper House without causing notice.
Alright. So you disembark, and you go all... Yes?
Real quick before that, just because you're disguised, you're still with the three of us.
Yeah, I know.
And if he's disguised, you're sort of disguised.
He's
Am I
pretty
going to
well
be a
disguised.
child for you, or what are we doing here? Because I have dropped my disguise.
Make yourself a gnome.
Yeah,
Anything.
just disguise
No?
yourself.
Okay, I just making sure that's what we want to do. I'll be...
The old gnomish one was great.
No. I'll be a gnome, but I'll be like a young man, gnomish, and maybe middling attractiveness.
Okay then. You guys disembark and head effectively southwest from where you're kind of in the far north. You're in the east near the Great Span Sea on the north-ish side. You go through 1, 2, 3 massive gates and walls because this is a very walled and sectored off city.
Mm-hmm.
You pass through Hogna Swath, you go through Lower Hogna, and then you go to Hogna Heights all the way back on the higher end on the southwest side of the city, where you came from before with the shitty, like the barely any roads, the mud, shitty people everywhere. And you arrive at the Whisper House, which is the Rough Bandit. A simple-looking tavern with actually decently stained wood and kind of darker tones. It sticks out in a city that is mostly white, and it sticks out for good reason. There's a few people loitering, hanging about. They all seem to be in leather, some in simple cloths, some in nicer robes. These seem to be kind of operatives that are just lounging about. A good bit deal busier than the one in Cragmandu than you saw just before the stream, and considerably more obvious and more garish than the one in Bridgeton, which was built to be disguised. What do you wish to do?
I will break off from them as they continue on their path. I will approach the front door, and then with whatever sign or message that I would normally present to a person at a Whisper House to gain entrance.
The door asks you one question. What is the highest form of public service?
To kill.
And the door opens.
Go on in.
And the door shuts behind you. Decent crowd in here. You can see immediately the keeper. She's standing there. Very tall human woman with platinum blonde hair. Basically white. Young with gentle features and very defined cheekbones. She appears to be well muscled, but the kind of muscle you get from working out in the gym, not working out in the field. She wears she wears like a medium armor and not priestly robes, but white robes. And she greets you. She's like, welcome to the Rough Bandit. You're new in town?
Yes.
She says it like a statement.
Yes,
Are you disguised right now?
Yes, I am. Associate Justice reporting in for a situation report.
Your name's Justice, you're new in town. What's the situation you'd like to report?
Well, who's the other keeper that I normally report to? What's your name?
They don't have names. Keepers don't have names.
What was the town then?
Cragmandu.
I was doing performing an operation for the keeper of Cragmandu. I've been sending in sit reps via mail, but figured it was time to come check in. So, just left for Mountain Hall, where we identified and eliminated am I giving you the sit rep?
I asked for one.
Sorry. Identified and eliminated a vampire going by the name of Lady Katya. She was a baronetess of Jeffron Avenue. She was running a mock soup kitchen in which she was luring in the homeless and destitute of the town and preying upon them. Also uncovered a possible conspiracy within the local government and by the name of Kevin Anderson. I mean, I'm giving them as much information as I can without,
Okay.
I am following additional leads which have led me to here.
That's quite the situation. You said your prior keeper was Keeper of Cragmandu?
Correct.
Interesting. Your name's Justice.
Yes.
And you were in Cragmandu. Then you were in Fort Mountain Hall. And now you're in Mercinia.
Yes.
You're like a roaming operative.
They give me a long leash.
Any other cities?
Any other cities? There's the one before. What was that? The Glide. Oh, yeah.
Bridgeton or the Intinia? The
Bridgeton.
flying city of Intinia? You were
Yeah.
in Bridgeton? What do you want to
I'll
tell
list those. I mean, I'll list if she's asking where I've been.
She's like, there's something very familiar about your story, but you don't look familiar.
Oh, this is my disguise.
Oh. Okay. So you're Justice.
Yes.
Reaches over and grabs a paper and tosses on the paper. That's you?
Oh, what is it?
It's you.
Is it a...
What is the paper?
It's the Gashari Times that you've been photographed in a number of times.
Okay, I was
Yeah, of
worried
course.
it was like a warrant.
A newspaper. I'm like, yeah, that's an unfortunate, whatever camera they use saw through my magical disguise.
They're called witch lights. She tosses it.
No, I'm wearing actually I'm just using I dropped the Cowl of Shadows. Now I'm here. And then, yes, that is me. It is unfortunate that my true identity was published so publicly.
That's why we still teach how the manual style. Nothing beats it.
Yes, I was caught unaware. I should not have allowed myself to be in that position.
Well, thanks for the sit.
Yes. And one additional piece of information. We identified a charlatan. He was what was his
Examitor.
Yeah, Examiner Thomas. We uncovered that he was defrauding his followers, so we forced him into exile from the city.
You've been busy.
Indeed.
Good. You aiming for a promotion?
I'm simply serving.
You're an associate.
Yes.
Next step is Jade.
Are you asking me if I would like to be promoted?
Keepers don't promote people. Just wondering why you're so active. What's your deal? Most people just work, put their 15 in for the pension and call it a day.
In the
15
war.
deaths or 15 years?
In the war, they did not train us to do the bare minimum.
Okay. Well, if you want work or something, maybe I can drum up something since you're so active. You got people need skilling.
Is there a board?
No, it doesn't work like that here. We're not bandits. Stop by later. Maybe I'll get you a name.
If my
There's an elf that rolled into town.
Yes, and what about him?
Never mind. She just laughs. She's like, I gotta go to the back office. Talk to you later, Justice.
Thank you, Keeper.
Mm.
I'm in danger.
You think?
So
I'm gonna see
What aren't you?
if there's anyone else I recognize in the bandit.
Okay.
Jumping thing. I'm just gonna look around and see if there's anyone else I recognize in the stinking bandit from my time.
Go ahead and roll perception.
4!
You don't recognize anyone?
I'm so good.
He's making a joke about justice.
I know.
Oh, okay.
I'm just correcting him.
No. He's making a joke about something different. Never mind.
Okay. I don't take notes.
This is Salty K. This is not a backstory that we agreed upon before. If there's nothing else, then I will don the disguise of the blonde-haired, blue-eyed man and leave the thing. There's nothing else to do there.
Alrighty. You exit the rough bandit. What are you guys wanting to do now?
How long has he been gone?
About long as like 7, half, 8, 10 minutes.
I guess in that amount of time, where have we gone?
Down the street to loiter away from all the people who are going to stare at us.
I'm going to keep an eye out to see if I see any good locations for me to moonlight later.
Okay, not in the Heights you don't. It's a shithole. Who would you have liked to
That's a good place to start with the...
roll perception?
It could be, I don't know. Rolling real hot today.
Makes me so happy.
7.
You don't see shit.
Yeah, I know. Great.
Get fucked.
I didn't...
Get fucked. Get fucked.
So usually it's the other way around. She rolls all the 20s and I roll shit. We traded.
I'm hoping I get to roll in 20s.
Yeah, he's just...
So salty
You're just
from
salty
the one
from
shot.
last week when you rolled 3.
I'm just assuming that I rolled all those 4 ones.
Oh.
And I'm assuming I'm going to roll 4 20s tonight when I go kill all of you.
Great. Neat.
Cool.
Perfect.
Have
Get
fun
out.
finding
I'm
new
glad I have
players.
dimension door.
We'll see how your director works out.
So,
Skeleton uprising.
so, now what are you guys doing?
Back to the group.
Yeah, so we would have gone just far enough that he could see us or
You
something.
reconvene.
And, yeah.
Nothing out of the ordinary to report. They did not kill me, which is a good sign.
Clearly. Let's make sure they don't follow you either.
Well,
So, when we go through the city, is it a circle? Can I take a different section of the city to get back to where the plastered mare, or do I have to go back down through Agna and all the others?
And in order to go around, you basically, the city is look at me. The city is very specifically built, so you have to go through a few specific ways. Like it's gated, the entire city is walled and gated. You're in Hogna Heights. The next section of the city, the only next section that you can access is Lower Hogna. Holman or Home of Men is north of you, but it's so high up, there's no way to get there. So yeah, you have to go. You can go to Lower Hogna. From there, you could go to Holt Dallin to Skillcliff, and then back down to the Alabaster Welcoming in Fardaga.
So
But,
it's
yeah.
not convenient to...
No, there's nothing about convenient.
So we can't go through any different gates on the way back. We have to go through the same gates.
You could go through Holt Dallin, and then that's it.
Okay.
And just the same gates, yeah.
Have we been long enough that there's been a guard change?
I would say so. Guard
Uh,
change from when you came this way?
Yeah.
No. No. From when you arrived, yeah, but no.
That's what I'm trying to avoid.
Nope.
Alright.
Yeah, you can now see that you're like starting to like Jesus, you're like this city is fucked. Like it's walled off, it's inconvenient, it's miserable. All the nice places are really high up. The shit literally runs downhill. The infrastructure sucks.
I hated this city the last time I was here too.
it's just like being in Florida. It's
Don't
true.
we know it? Alright. So, as we're traveling back, is it all humans? Gnomes?
It is like 90% humans, this city.
Okay, so gnome man is sticking out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, it looks like I'm a minority in a dominant human city, yeah.
Same thing with elf. Okay.
Oh, yeah. It's a pretty big city, though, so... 90's probably too high of an estimate, but it's mostly humans as far as the eye can see, and they're all Gish, of course.
So, should we make the trek back to the plastered mare and
See if there was a
wait
response.
for Sister Eileen?
No.
We still have Pass Without a Trace on us, by the way, if we want to take advantage of it.
Sure.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Have we been keeping an eye out for tails?
I can look around with my magnificent perception.
I'll help you.
Roll perception.
Nat 20
Hey!
plus 2, 22.
You don't see anything.
I am as sure as anything that we are not being followed.
Okay. That's great.
I have a
I don't
great
see anything
feeling.
either.
I have a great feeling about this.
All right. So you guys go back to the plastered mare.
Yep.
Do you want to roll stealth? It's pretty hard to stealth through all the gates and the guards and stuff. You can roll stealth to kind of help.
So
Once
if we roll stealth, does that give us the opportunity to not necessarily be super stealthy, but just to avoid notice?
It's better than not rolling stealth.
Let's do that.
I was also gonna say once
Plus
we
10.
get through to the alabaster welcoming, where the plastered mare is, then maybe we do a bit of circuity before we get back or something.
Yeah, part of the stuff like don't go in a straight line, take a circuitous path.
And maybe because you are magically disguised, I'm magically disguised. These two are not.
Right.
So maybe you and I drop our disguises and go separate from these two.
Sure. We want to
some
split
point,
up.
just to kind of break it up and.
That's a good idea. Sure.
I don't know.
33.
35. 22.
23.
Okay. You guys take a circuitous path, yada yada yada, stealthy stealth, and you get back to the alabaster welcoming and wait for Sister Eileen. Around.
Maybe Finnan.
Finnan doesn't show up yet.
Yeah.
Around. This is early autumn. As the sun begins to set, we'll say you have about an hour to sunset. Sister Eileen returns to the plastered mare. She looks like she's had a bit of a day. She's like, well, and she finds you. She walks up to you. She's like, is everyone here?
Everyone's here. Would you like to go upstairs?
She looks around. She's like, no, everyone, we're good here. And there's a couple of people who exit, and the elvish boy who works now is probably someone else. They lock the doors, lower the blinds, kind of thing, and it's like, have a seat. It's nice to meet you. I'm Sister Eileen.
Civilis Amassage.
Gilead Shay.
Justice.
All right. I am a sister at one of the chapels here in Mercinia. I have been in contact with the friends for some years after the war when they started springing up. I am not, a scholar. I'm just an arrested sister. I do what I can over in Skillcliff in my church there, and that's all there is. So, state of our little affairs here is you all are all looking for a man named Alric. I don't know this Alric, but as I understand, he's quite a skilled healer, but also an abjurationist, kind of a powerful counter magician, whatever that means. To that end, I have helped the Friends of the Fallen help locate him. And that has led to a lot of dead ends. We're pretty sure Miss Sfanzia Moyer has him, as I'm told, but the next step is to call an audible, do something that confounds expectations. So, based on the historical records and everything that anyone knows about anything, there is a temple on that island. She's now walked you guys out towards the back. You sit in kind of an enclosed porch. She points to Ivorsmouth, and she's like, on that island is a temple from long, long ago, before the humans settled there. And when they got there, they put precious relics, and the relics that they even discovered, they put them all in the temple, they sealed the doors, and it hasn't been opened ever since. House Moira and the Presidium and all the other people who like to have shiny things have, of course, throughout the years tried to reclaim this island, but the people of Ivorsmouth basically manage their own affairs. They've shown incredible resistance to bribery, trickery, bureaucracy, and whatnot. But there has recently been an opening, some kind of disturbance, where the temple door, through its own volition, has opened recently. Which has caused...
3 weeks ago?
A few weeks ago. Several weeks ago. And, well, it opened, and that has caused quite a kerfuffle. And it's given House Moira the terms it needs to reopen renegotiations about making it a historical landmark so they can put guards and that kind of thing. House Moira is currently waiting to hear back from one of their many scouts and or spies that they have on the island. and we are trying to prevent them. We're trying to both disrupt their information flow and allow the and gain entry to the temple from the Burgomeister of Ivorsmouth. That is our game. We believe, again, based on the magic users and the historians that the Friends of the Fallen have contact in, along with my contact at the scholars of the seminary of the Luminous Epoch, that there is a kind of a seeing stone deep within that island, deep within that temple. And that seeing stone should be powerful enough, since it's a Sorcerer King relic, to pierce whatever magics Fonzie Moira is using to keep Alric imprisoned. That is our game. That is our gambit. However you choose to gain entry to that temple is entirely up to you. I understand the Burgomeister does keep it under watch, but the opening has been made. People are scrambling. There will be enemies around every corner and few allies.
Are there any pressure points which can be used on this Burgomeister?
I don't know what that means, but his name is Clayton. With a K? Clayton. He's a fair Burgomeister. He's a decent guy. I really don't know much else about him. I don't go to Ivorsmouth.
How are the politics between Moira and the people?
Adversarial.
Okay.
House Moira has tried to make inroads, but it's not really their thing.
Have they ever, have the people on the island shown any interest in overthrowing Moira is too big of a scope, it sounds like, but gaining any power against Moira?
No, they're simple people. They just want to fish and be left alone. Any kind of inroads that have ever been made on the island during the founding of the Republic, there was the famous Ivorsmouth Rebellion and things like that. So any too strong of a hand, and they get their weapons out.
And so, what is to happen with this artifact, this seeing stone? You're hoping that we can procure it to find Ulrich, but...
Yes, and then the Friends of the Fallen is going to keep it as an asset. Insofar as to keep it out of the hands of House Moira, because if we don't get it, they're going to plunder the whole entire temple.
Okay, and is there any monies or anything involved into attempting to procure the artifact? Are they hoping to negotiate a price or something?
No, I think they're just keeping it as a resource.
I mean the Friends. Are they hoping to negotiate in order to acquire the artifact from the temple?
No, it's a supposed Sorcerer King relic. It's not like the townspeople own it. They just landed there one day and settled down and said, "Oh, let's this temple's a holy site. They worship it."
Is it a spin-off of Marissa or something older?
It's older. It's a old Sorcerer King holdout. The temple.
The people's belief, the people's faith.
It's a strange cocktail. No, they don't believe in the goddess of Marissa on that island. They worship the temple and the stone, things like that, and the goddess of the sea. The drowned mother or whatever they call her.
You had mentioned that you've been trying to gain access to the temple by negotiating with the Burgomeister?
We've talked to him, but he recently has stopped all travel to the island, and they are trying to sort some stuff out. So we sent some people in there. Oh God, it's been 8 days now, and we haven't heard from them. So,
Do you fear that they have met an end?
I have no idea. I just know no one can travel to or from the island right now. Ferry's been dry for a week.
How do you suggest would be the best way to get to the island then?
That I don't know. I'm not any kind of sailor, boatman, or sorceress, so I can't help you there. But you're all very capable people.
How many miles between the island
15.
and the 15? Thank you.
Question for the DM. Is that reasonable to use a rowboat?
That's gonna be tiring.
None of you are very strong.
Okay.
It's a pretty considerable distance.
But how else are we gonna sing "Row, row, row your boat"?
These are the questions I can't answer as a DM.
We could motorboat.
So, just to recap, a bunch of people a long time ago settled on an island.
Okay.
They put some of their old relics or whatever in the island, and then it became this kind of sacred site to them, and they closed the door and never looked back.
Sure.
Okay, but
Why
they
they-
worship it.
They worship the stone, yeah. They worship the site. It's like a holy site to them.
Okay.
But they've also never entered it, and I don't know why. You'd have to ask them their histories.
And the friends are comfortable with just trying to take it, not try to purchase it.
Every once in a while, the friends enter into a little thing called smuggling. It's kind of what they're good at. They smuggle relics, artifacts, and potions that are yeah. So, if you think, I'm getting a vibe here, if you, for some reason, think these people have a right to a Sorcerer King relic, I mean, you can go talk to the Burgomeister, but I'm just telling you the state of our little game.
Okay.
As far as I'm concerned, all the Sorcerer Kings are dead, and no one owns whatever they own. I personally don't care.
Do you have any intelligence on the matter of dress or style of the people of the island, so that if we were wanting to go without drawing attention to ourselves?
I've never been.
And the spies that you sent?
I mean, I didn't send them. It's not like I'm not, But, Poofy, I've seen some Ivorsmouth dress. I mean, it's right there. They wear, like, poofier clothing. A lot of black, which is unusual. Black and white and poofy frills, things like that. Floppy hats, big floppy hats, that kind of thing.
Probably look good in a floppy hat.
I
So very-
quite nice.
Like southern.
I'm not sure I can describe it.
Like old French Renaissance, really poofy,
Kind of, yeah.
with the Spaniard pants
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
and big southern bell
Yeah.
hats.
Not Southern Bell hats,
I'm picturing.
not Musketeer.
Stetsons?
No,
No,
like
no.
floppy.
Yeah, the big floppy hats.
But like the traditional like bard hat that's
Like the-
got the feather
Yes!
in it.
Yeah, that thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay,
like,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
And think like
that.
Spaniard pants with tights.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah,
yep,
yeah.
perfect. Yep,
Yeah.
exactly. Yep,
Okay.
yep, that's how they dress.
Okay.
Well, that's how they dress.
You're gonna make us all describe being Spanish bards with our poofy hats.
Pretty much.
I think I'd look quite nice in that kind of a getup. I think it would quite suit me.
Is there any other information that we need on this mission?
I don't think so.
What will they do if they catch outsiders?
I mean, they're citizens of the Republic. It's not its own. It acts like its own country, but I mean, technically, you would be thrown in jail
Okay.
for breaking the embargo. But the Burgomeister, I mean, don't get caught. Not like they're gonna kill you.
Just making sure we know what we're dealing with.
They're not-
Technically.
And any additional information that you can give on Father
Apris?
Apris.
Oh,
I told them about this.
okay. We can cross that bridge when we get to it. You're under no obligation. I just thought I'd, ask you to do the right thing while you're in town.
We learned he's running an orphanage.
He is the father who oversees Whitehall, but Mother Charna is actually the day-to-day operator.
Is she in league with him?
She's my mother. She is a superior mother within the church. They are, she is subordinate to him. They are friends.
Does she deserve the same treatment as Father Apris, or are we unclear?
Mother Charna is not my cup of tea. I'm unclear of her role in this, but she served him pretty faithfully as kind of his executive secretary for some time, so.
Knowing what's happening.
Yeah, I'm assuming. Yeah.
I'm sure we can get more details once we sort out the island issues.
Yeah, it's also in a sense of urgency. Are these children going missing, tortured, abandoned?
No, there's no children have gone missing.
Oh, so his discretions don't belong to the children.
No, they definitely belong to the children. They're just not going missing. They're being abused in plain sight.
Got it.
Yeah.
Any deaths?
I mean, they're orphans. A lot of them come in sick. Their orphans die. No one bats an eye. I'm sorry. Welcome to Mercinia.
Oh, believe me, I'm aware. I just missed this corner of it when I was here last time. Okay.
Well, anyway, that's the situation. That's the state of our little game. Ivorsmouth is that way. However you get there, whenever you get there.
Once we have acquired the stone and anything else that may be useful, what is the next step after that?
We use the stone. Bring it back here. We'll use it together. I'll guide you through it. Oh, well, not me, but someone else. And we'll see what we see. I would not recommend trying to use it by yourself.
Sorcerer King artifacts appear to be dangerous.
Unimaginably.
We have learned this the hard way. So, where are we?
The temple is to some kind of profane fish god that predates. It was probably one of the what they call animus, or basically an old animal spirit that was able to keep out its own little piece of world against formal sorcerer kingship. A kind of sorcerer king of the wilds, spirit god of old. So just as potent, but they didn't actually have organized baronies and stuff like that, like the kings did. So.
And you said to the drowned mother?
Yeah, the drowned mother, which a lot of historians, and now we're really getting into it. A lot of historians just believe is kind of a synthesis between Marissa and the old gods.
The old fish god.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
Well, good luck. I have a few potions for you if you'd like them.
Okay.
Any resources would be helpful.
Choose you each a greater healing potion.
Sweet.
I really don't keep much else in the ways of stores. You can go to Skillcliff if you want to buy anything. I don't know what's going on in that island, so I'm not sure how much time you have, but there's nothing burning, and there is this kind of strange fog mist thing going on at night, but...
Before you go, I forgot to ask you earlier about, your tower in the city.
Oh, the Transpicious Spire?
Yeah.
Obelisk. The Transpicious Obelisk? Yeah, what about it?
Is the mist coming from there at all?
No.
Okay.
She kind of points over to it you can see through it, but not into it. No, it just kind of forms at night. Unusually.
How long has that been going on?
It started a few weeks ago, right around the time the temple opened.
That was my follow-up question. Okay.
Has anyone entered the obelisk in Disney?
The Transpicious Obelisk is kept by the Seminary of the Luminous Epoch. It's their research facility.
Okay. That's
Yeah,
right.
they're the main. No, it's okay. The main building is in Hogneswath over there, but she kind of points west. But no, that is one of their research facilities. They use it.
So the only thing is, the door opened. Now there's been this fog.
Yeah, a lot of other strange stories too. You should really go there and see yourself. It's all whispers and conjecture on this side.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll bring you back what truth we can.
I could be telling you things that are wildly inaccurate. I'm really an unreliable narrator.
The staring and blinking is what kills me.
I have a headache. I feel like I've just been beaten over the head with something.
That we should just go there and stop asking her questions.
No, you guys are fine.
No.
Just gotta give you a little dig. So, anything else you'd like to ask Sister Eileen?
We appreciate everything that you've done for us so far.
I appreciate you guys coming and seeing what you can do.
We look forward to... Is there a better way to reach back out to you than small creatures?
That worked pretty good.
It was cute, wasn't it?
Unsettling, but it was nice.
I didn't send you a raccoon.
Right, I just don't get a lot of animals that walk up and talk to me. I don't understand.
Just druid things.
Yeah. I would say, no, you can just keep using that. I don't have a card or anything.
Okay. Then, perfect. We will be in touch when we are back in town and settled and healed up a little bit.
And the hubbub around the other sisters in the church and the hubbub that I was listening to today, throughout the day, by the way, is House Moira definitely knows you guys rolled into town.
Of course.
So just be very careful. There are House Moira guards that are quarantined on that island as long as our operatives. I don't know what's going on there.
Do you know how many? None.
I believe it was like a full, what they call a full, not battalion, a squad. So I believe it's anywhere between 6 and 14. Yeah. For House Moira's purposes.
That'll be fun.
Hmm.
Maybe we can steal ourselves a outfit. Or 4.
I've got something, but after Sister Eileen.
Ah, she doesn't have anything. She's just...
Thank you.
Good luck getting to the island. I don't have any earthly idea how you're going to be getting there.
Thanks.
Figure it out.
So what's the biggest fish I've seen?
Marlin, maybe? A swordfish?
I mean, my dragon is also amphibious.
True, it can carry one other person. Maybe 2 if you really...
Or assist 3 people who can swim?
Not 3. And you could carry Gilly and Justice, I'd say.
Would not carry them, but like keep them afloat. If
Could
they had
you?
like a...
You're like a horse-sized dragon, so...
Yeah.
Could you pull a rope out?
You can certainly try.
You can certainly try.
With that, we are going to go to break.
Can you pull a rowboat?
Thank you to our 3 subscribers.
Yay!
I am that much closer to retirement as when I abscond with all the dice priority money and
Great.
go to the Canaries.
Oh
Yeah.
no, we already have
Six.
corporate espionage.
It's not a backstory we previously agreed upon.
Please follow the stream if you're enjoying. If you can subscribe, remember that you can subscribe with Amazon Prime for free. And we will, when we return, we're going to see how these idiots get across the 15 miles of cold, hard ocean.
Did you say anything about Animal Helper yet?
Animal Helper, they gave me my dog.
I couldn't.
His dog's
I don't
adorable.
know if we missed it.
She's
Yeah.
not here tonight,
No.
but she needs to come back.
She kind of peed in the hallway last time.
Yeah.
I felt bad.
Did you guys have her here while we were gone?
No.
Oh, well, you should have.
Before.
Well, just shut
We
the
locked
doors.
her in your room last time we were here.
Oh,
Yeah, just with a
No.
small child.
What?
All right. So when we get
Who
back,
she loved to death. That's what happened.
that's true. Yeah, she does love kids. We will see how this unfolds.
Alright.
Woo! See you in about
Okay.
15 minutes. we are back from the break. Thank you all for waiting. The party has just met with Sister Eileen, and they are deciding on what they're going to do about Ivorsmouth, and yeah. What are you guys doing?
I'm being confused.
Probably having a conversation back up in our room or something, right?
Yeah. You have to figure out a good way to
So
get to the
Eileen
island.
left. What time is it?
I would say she's arrived. It's about 8 p.m. now. It's now nighttime.
I think the first thing we should figure out is, are we doing this tonight?
I think what we should discuss is, are we doing this? And then we should discuss if we're going to do it, then how.
I think we need to go to the
Under
island.
the cover of night.
I'm not sure we need to go to the island for the seeing stone, but we need to go to the island.
Why would we not go to the island for the stone?
So, we don't know why the island's closed.
Because the doors opened on the temple the same time we kind of released your dragon.
Or approximately the
Is
same
it
time that we opened the tower in Still Tower.
Correct.
So is this the... I assumed that this was because of the otherworldly demon thing that came out when we killed Shadow Monster that was calling your name.
It could be any of those things.
Can I look at the papers and try to figure out what day and what that coincides with?
Roll investigation.
I will assist.
I will guide you.
Cool.
Jesus Christ almighty, I need to know which one this is.
Pile on.
Oh.
Was it 12 outside the box? I should have kept that. Actually, does it count if it landed outside the box and I rolled it intentionally?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, good.
As long as it landed firm.
It did.
So firm.
21.
Difficult to discern. I mean, first of all, there's no like hard and fast. You can look back, look. You're just kind of trying to piece things together. There's no hard and fast like this was the day it opened because Ivorsmouth doesn't communicate with the people of 15 miles in the shore.
Sure.
You would ballpark it at the first mention of it is maybe right around the time you guys came out of the cave, out of the blood after the space trip and the smoking lady and all that. But news travels slowly. It could be any time from there or before when you guys first left Antinia. Only been a little over 2 months or something. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Between now and then.
So it happened definitively before we left Bridgeton.
Best as you, not definitively anything.
Okay, but I'm just saying the
Best estimate.
the
Most
first,
likely.
the first thing we ever heard that
That it ever appears
tellings.
in the paper
yeah.
is right around the time you guys came out of the cave in the blood.
Which means it was printed in the paper before we left the glide. We can assume that it was something before we left the glide. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, most likely related to something we've done.
Potentially, although we're not the only people doing anything. But it's
True.
potentially, yes,
We have had a very eventful few weeks. I find it
have.
difficult to find an extended period of time where we haven't done something that could be impactful.
It could have even not been us. It could have been
Correct.
the voidling that came through. Maybe something.
Right.
So
Something
that's
with
what
that
I
did
meant, what I
anything.
said earlier.
Okay,
Mm.
sorry.
Is this on the way?
A lot of things got said at
through
once.
like the way the voidling went?
Nope.
No.
This is south of Crag. You guys are southwest-ish of Cragmandu, but along the coast. You know.
Whittling up to
Like
drops.
Cragmandu, and you go.
So-
"Doo, doo, doo, doo."
It affects the tower. It affects the Sorcerer King Temple.
Yeah.
And it stopped communication from the island to the mainland. So I'm worried that one of two things have happened. Either something has awoken an old Sorcerer King like Kathunk, and he has taken over the island, and those people are in danger, potentially from themselves. Or the small battalion of Moira somehow, after centuries of avoiding seizure, have put the island under, it's not house arrest.
Quarantine?
Quarantine's a good word. What's the word?
Siege?
There you go. Siege.
Occupation.
Yeah. And it's a stalemate. Moira can't leave the island, but therefore no one else can go to it. So, again, I think we need to go to the island even if we end up doing nothing, just to see what's going on. And if for whatever reason it is not right, appropriate, and or otherwise reasonably safe, then maybe we don't end up with a stone. But it would be useful, and Moira needs to not have it.
No.
Simple.
Right.
Yeah, it's less about the people on the island having ownership or otherwise. I don't really. I mean, the sister had a point. It isn't theirs. But Moira needs to not have it.
I don't disagree on that count. I do not really feel great about just walking in and trying to abscond with a relic.
Well,
We don't
Especially
even know.
since it's been,
well, they're
worshipped by these people for so long.
yeah, but if they're under siege or
Right.
magic and
We
we
can-
dispel it, they may gift it to us.
We can certainly do a little reconnaissance and try to find out what's actually happening,
Yeah.
and then make a
absolutely.
better informed decision. I'm not against that. I am concerned that if we get caught there, we could be arrested, because, that doesn't really
Laws.
help our spin campaign at all.
I mean, we could just sit around and do nothing then.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying we need to have a reasonable plan and understanding of how we're going to get there. On that note,
Can I say one thing?
sure.
In terms of asset denial from House Moira, I think that the trip is valuable. Additionally, if we are concerned about the moral conundrum of taking the item, from what it sounds like, the people had never entered the temple and have not yet entered the temple since the door opened. Seems to me make no difference to me whether or not that stone is inside the temple or not. If they worship the temple, they can continue to worship the temple. If it's a matter of that or it falling into the hands of the enemy, I know what I would choose.
I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying I think we should get some more information before we make a decision.
Of course.
I'm more worried about the island being quarantined than anything else.
First things
Right.
first, we need to get over to the island.
So
There's a
about that,
reason.
I have a question. DM,
Yeah.
will Liamon's tiny hut move with me if I am in something like a boat?
I mean,
If
well,
I
on a
cast
boat,
it inside the boat, will it move with me?
you haven't tried it yet. You're not sure.
Okay.
Are you able to cast water walking?
If we want to wait until tomorrow morning, yes. Hang on. I think that is one that I have access to because I think it's a 4th level.
What's the spell?
Water walking? Is that
It should be third or lower.
I would think. Yeah.
15 mile.
I think
15
water breathing is.
Water breathing is
The
like
water
So
breathing is
water
third.
breathing
Third.
and water
Third.
walking is third.
Okay.
So if we want to wait until tomorrow, yes, I can have us water breathe and water walk if we'd like.
15 miles is quite the trip to make in the
It
cover of
is.
night.
So, if we have a boat, and you're a dragon pulling the boat, and I cast the hut around us so that we look like just the same color as the water, essentially. We could go under the cover at night.
Well, if we go at night, there'll be the fog out too to cover us.
Correct. So
We
the
can just-
combination of the hut and the water should help a lot. And then if you could pull while the rest of us row or something.
I do have
Which
thoughts.
is make us invisible.
Well, yes.
But that doesn't get us across the water.
But
And
I
you'd
can-
still see the boat.
2 of us can, 3 of us now could fly. You have boots. I have a cloak. You can turn into a dragon. So if we give somebody else the boots. Additionally, we do have Mr. Bones, who can fly. It's a 15-mile jaunt. He would have us across in
minutes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And he could go close to the water and drop us at a shore.
What's on the other side of the island on the land? So if we followed the coast northeast around to the other side of the island.
Roll history.
Oh Christ.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not bad. That's terrible. 20.
You know, it's a pretty small island. There's basically the town, the temple, and then not much else
No, on the coastline on the mainland.
on the mainland.
So if I go out of the city
Yeah.
and around the mainland to be able to see the other side of that small tiny island, would I be far enough outside of town that people won't see me?
I mean, yes.
So we could potentially use Mr. Bones without anybody knowing it's us.
Are you asking about landing on a part of the island where no one can see you?
No, I'm talking about us walking around the coastline.
Taking off
From the mainland. Yeah, you can
without
you
us
can
being
travel
seen.
far away enough from the city to depart. Yes.
And then land, I guess also landing.
Landing's the tricky part.
Can
We could do an air insertion. We could have Mr. Bones and 3 of us can fly. You can feather fall, or all of us can feather fall and drop in from the top. It's a trick that they used to play with airships during the war.
That is
I
a good
think
idea.
falling in the middle, falling to the city would maybe garner some attention.
But we could do just outside of the island, and we could water walk the half-mile in.
And we can become invisible.
Mm-hmm.
So just thoughts here for a minute. Can you be a dragon and be invisible?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
As
Cool.
long as you cast it beforehand.
Okay.
Reminds me of a
If
song.
you make us all invisible
Yes.
and we can fly.
You can make, unless you have an ability I'm not familiar with, you can make 2 people invisible. It's a concentration spell.
Yes, we can't cast it twice at a time. And
Okay,
that's
so
third
you can
level.
only make 2 of us invisible. Okay.
I also can make us invisible.
You can keep 2 of
But
us
I need-
invisible.
I need time to prepare that.
Sure. So, hypothetically, if you're wearing boots, the winged boots, and you're flying with your cloak, you're a dragon, and I'm riding with you,
I can carry you.
and you make us all invisible before that, would we be able to get to the island before the invisibility runs out and all that?
The invisibility usually lasts about an hour. So if we're traveling 15 miles, that's a decent amount of time to travel that.
I
We-
can't fly 15 miles in an hour.
We wouldn't need
Okay.
to do it until we got closer, I would assume. Under the cover of night. If we leave from the edge of the city with the fog.
I can't make anyone invisible as a dragon.
I can cast Pass Without Trace. It's the next best thing to invisibility.
I like the idea with Mr. Bones.
Yeah. I think Mr. Bones might be the best way to
Flying him in at night, dropping early.
What if we combine the 2? What if we leave with Mr. Bones, and when he drops us out, you make us all invisible first, and then
We fly over.
he drops us,
Yes.
and we fly in to the edge. We scout around to find some place reasonable to not draw attention, maybe, and then we enter in that way.
If you sit out with Mr. Bones, can you make him invisible as well as the entire carriage?
No.
Stealth bomber. Like, you can see the door.
I don't think I can make magical things invisible.
We just need to be dropped off far enough away that we won't be really, hopefully, seen, and low enough in the mist that we won't be seen.
It's more like a fog.
Fog, okay.
I mean,
the
you
other
can
thing,
fly close to the water and through the mist, right?
the other
Is there a
thing
track?
that I'm
Yeah.
thinking is if this mist or fog is magical of any kind, will it bother Mr. Bones to fly through like the mists in the
I'm sure
Defies?
he'll
So that's why I asked if the mist was emanating from the tower. It is not.
It's emanating from the temple, right?
It's surrounding the island at night.
Well,
So it's actually even worse than if it were from the tower.
Hence, so if we wait until tomorrow, I can water walk. I can give us all water walk without doing anything terrible.
Sure.
He can all feather fall us.
Mm-hmm.
So we have some safety nets, no matter how far up we are.
We could also test out Mr. Bones before we
So
do
if
it
you-
tonight. If somebody is okay with testing that out just to see if he can get
Yeah,
anywhere.
if we go around, we can see if there's any spot where we can land on the island
So
out of the
it's a
view.
reconnaissance mission
Yeah.
tonight, and then we go tomorrow.
why
Yeah,
don't we
unless
go out on
we
land
find a
and then
really
we
good
can-
spot tonight, and then we can just land.
And then we can camp over there and freak everyone out in town. It'll be great. They'll know we left. They won't know where we went. And we'll hang out in the forest. Sounds good to me. Maybe I can commune with the weird fish god.
We're talking about camping overnight in the forest now all of a sudden? How did
Sounds-
that escalate?
Sounds great
So
to me.
if we walk the significant 10, 15 miles around the coastline to get to the other side of the island so that people from the city won't see us in Mr. Bones while on the mainland,
Right, sure.
that is a significant amount of time. I don't want to trek back to the city and then go back
It's
out
gonna
again.
take you like 15 miles on foot.
1-5.
Huh?
1-5.
1-5.
15.
15.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said 50. Sorry.
No, 15 miles is gonna take you a few hours by my calculation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So even if we're walking at 4 miles an hour, which is a moderate pace, that's 4 hours.
Yeah, that was about my estimate. Is about 4.5
Yeah.
hours.
If we're booking it and
At a
somebody
medium
carries you
pace?
with your tiny little legs,
At a medium pace.
Mm-hmm.
we're at 5 to 6 miles an hour, which
I
is
think-
still 2.5,
I
3
think
hours.
that we can still manage it overnight. 4 hours, 3 hours. If we want to go and do a reconnaissance run tonight. I'm
Yeah,
all
so we
for it.
go out, we do a reconnaissance run tonight, get our short rest out in the wild, and then fix up our spells and anything else we need to do tomorrow afternoon, and then come back out tomorrow night, unless for some reason it's dire and we decide to start tonight,
Okay,
or we get
Perfect.
shot out of the sky, or God knows what happens.
let's give it a shot.
Yeah.
Got all that, Matt?
Fuck no, I wasn't listening to anything you guys were saying. So what's your plan?
We're gonna trek out along the coastline to the other side of the.
You going north?
So
Get
that
outside of
northeast,
Mercinia to
Yep.
take Mr.
Yeah.
Bones out.
along the coastline, past the ships and the lighthouse. And
Okay.
so you get to see your lighthouse.
Well, it's too late to grab any supplies. Everything's closed. We're closed.
Well, before
Salty
that
kills
though,
with wing
do
fat.
I know if Morgan and her entourage and all that are in town yet?
You have the feeling that if they were in town, you would have known by now.
Okay. Do I have any inkling as to when they'll be arriving?
Probably about tomorrow or so, based on what Klitsch had communicated to you.
Okay. There is an idea I have about that I want to run past like someone in that group just to see if.
Well then, you should
Yeah.
keep a lookout for him.
Okay. So we're going on a camping trip.
Alrighty.
Reconnaissance trip.
Would someone please help me a survival, we'll say, for this. Or perception. No, survival. Let's do survival. No, perception.
I can
Quick
do
question: how many of us are looking like us?
That. I'm
Does it
still
matter?
in the same disguise that I was in earlier.
I guess I'm still in the same disguise.
Then I'll be this. Yeah. Okay.
Blondie. Alright.
Are
Alright, you're doing it.
Is it perception?
Can I help her with the scoutiness?
you trained in perception?
Oh, no.
You can only assist when you're trained
perception?
in a skill.
I can help
I
you.
have jack of all trades.
It's not
Does
being.
that
it's not
count?
the same.
I am trained in perception, and I can help
'Cause
you
you're an elf.
look.
22.
22. You find a nice spot. So you guys travel for about. As you depart north into the crisp autumn, early autumn sky, not sky, but night, you can see that there appears to be in the far east. You can see not in the far east sky, to the east where the island still is. You're keeping it in your eyesight with that lighthouse. The two lighthouses seeming to communicate with each other. One goes over, the other goes around. You can see the fog is settled in, and It's very difficult to see the lighthouse, let alone the island itself. There is a deep, dense curtain of fog, and you find it about a few miles above, north of Mercinia. You find a nice place where you believe you're not being watched. What do you wish to do?
Okay. So
Who's attuned to Mr. Bones?
No one is right now. I can become
Justice has some.
attuned
You
to
can as
Mr.
part of a
Bones.
short rest.
This will take about an hour. So I'm going to unattune from the Cowl of Shadows. I don't think I'll really need to disguise myself right now. And I'm going to attune to Mr. Bones.
okay.
Alrighty.
And then I will summon up Mr. Bones.
Alrighty. So,
God, this music.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
I was thinking that too. Fuck me.
We'll be fine.
okay. So you
That part.
click the figurine. And Mr. Bones comes alive. The massive undead undead carriage. The carriage is not undead, but the horses are. And then the Mr. Bones greets you, your valet. Ah, so good to see you once again, Master Justice. Sevilius, Giddy, Selina.
Mr. Bones, how are you this evening?
I am immortal, timeless, and have been dead for thousands of years, so I am doing exceedingly well. How are you, Justice?
I'm doing
How do you
quite
follow
well.
that up?
I'm doing quite well.
How pedestrian. How may I be of service for you tonight?
I believe we were going to do a bit of reconnaissance. There is a island in the center of this lake, and I will gesture to the lake at which we're staying on the shore of.
Oh my goodness, what is with you people and fog and traveling? Don't you just want to stay at home and have a cup of tea?
If we ever do, we'll invite you out to join
Does
us.
sound
That would be nice. It's always business when you summon me. You ever realize that? When was the last time you invited me over for a cup of coffee or something?
Well, I do not consume liquids, but if
Well,
I did,
do.
I'm surprised to hear that.
Why?
I didn't think that the undead needed sustenance.
I don't require. Just because you don't require something doesn't mean you don't enjoy it. Are you unfamiliar with earthly pleasures?
You could learn a thing or two from Mr. Bones.
Yes.
He's not wrong.
I'm dead, but I'm still alive.
We need to let Mr. Bones out more often.
You do.
Can
Just
we
let
let
us.
Mr. Bones? Can you ever come out without your carriage, or is it
Oh.
all in one?
And you hear this kind of.
Oh no!
Afraid not.
Goodness.
I will pet whichever one was angry with me.
Its eyes flash red and in anger. They don't like to be touched.
Do I have apples in my rations?
They don't eat apples.
Souls in your
Well, Mr. Bones, I actually, I was
Too bad I
a
don't
legit.
have that ring from the other game.
I can actually make a pretty passable cocktail, from what I am told.
Oh,
So perhaps I can make you one.
delightful. So, where are we going today? Of course, towards the dreaded Isle of Fog and Mist.
Correct.
Right.
Will you be able to travel through that? I know you had some troubles with those around the glide, and I don't know what these are like.
I have no way of knowing that. I barely know where I am right now.
Do you
I'm
have
sure
any idea what will happen if you get to the fog and it disrupts your magics? Will we just drop out?
We will all plummet to our death.
Okay,
Cool.
Well,
Really fun.
Great.
We'll try to avoid that.
I will keep Featherfall at the ready.
This is Mercinia,
So
by
we
the
can
way.
pass.
Right.
He dropped us out. Yeah, he dropped us off. Oh, I guess he doesn't know if we travel
Well,
away from
quite a
here.
ways, no. But I think I see like a small fishing village. They probably have a gift shop, an antique store. You could go antiquing. You could go antiquing. You don't have to
that
go
sounds
to
quite nice.
the dreaded Mist Isle full of
What is it?
horrors.
You
What
know
is
what? That
antiquing?
makes a lot of sense.
The Misto has
Is antiquing when you throw powder into people's faces?
No, you
Yeah.
Why
go
would we do
shopping
that?
for
Yes, it
things
is.
that are
Right.
old and have nice character and that. Ugh. Never mind.
Isn't that what we're
Eyes.
doing when we go into dungeons? We're looking for old things.
I mean, kind of, but like, that's how you procure things like
This is the
antiques.
fancy posh
This is more
version
just
of
we go buy
what you and I
things,
do.
Mm.
pay other people for finding them.
Basically, you spend money instead of going into dungeons to find them.
Right.
It just sounds like dungeoneering with additional steps.
No, it sounds
is.
more like
It's the
fewer
rich
steps.
person's dungeoneering.
Fewer steps.
Okay.
Does
Well,
it
And
for
less
us.
death.
For
And
us.
less losing hands.
So let's put.
Rein it in.
We should really start the show.
When?
We've got some purple coffee we're gonna make for Mr. Bones.
I'm gonna make him a cocktail.
You can make him a cocktail. You can make him
Why
some
not
purple
both?
coffee.
Make
Why
him a
not both?
purple coffee cocktail.
I'll do that.
And we're gonna treat him with some civility and respect, and remember that he's enjoys life too, and we should invite him out more often. When
Speaking
we're
of
not
which-
Yeah, you're really taking it to heart.
I'm going to assume that I've been making the coffee since we had to take an hour. We had a little campsite or something. Take an hour short rest. Made some coffee.
I would try to shield whatever fire she makes so it doesn't cover.
In the hut.
Oh, you're in the hut. Okay.
Yeah, we have the
Does
hut.
smoke travel out of the?
Sorry, I'm trying not to go over all the details because
Right.
it bogs everything down and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter all that
Doesn't
much.
matter.
Man.
Matter.
Okay.
Does it make
Fire,
us
smoke matters.
Are we
People can
flying
see us.
now? Are
Well, I
we going
just-
to fly?
assuming that I make the hut whenever we need to make the hut?
Before you depart from the coast, I'm going to ask Gladiosa to do a detect magic on like the area, specifically the fog.
Let me detect magic. And you see the beam go around. I do not detect any significant mystical presence in the area, apart from the usual trappings. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Gladiosa.
This was a triumph.
I'm never going to get tired of that.
Nope.
One must take satisfaction in the little things. So, Gladiosa indicates that the fog, at least from what she can tell, is not magical.
Well, that's good to know.
So, shall we be departing?
We shall.
I suppose so.
Does somebody who is good at seeing things want to sit up with Mr. Bones to see if we can spot anything on the island?
Hey! That one right there. She's really good at seeing things. She noticed when we were being followed in the glide. Ow, I scratched myself.
I heard that.
We're all fine here. How are you?
She's gonna lose that thumb. Alright, I'm hopping into the carriage.
I'm gonna take some purple coffee to Mr. Bones that may or may not be spiked and sit up front.
Yes, we have. Together we make a cocktail out of the coffee.
Correct.
Hand it to you to take to Mr. Bones, and we get into the carriage.
Alrighty, go ahead and roll perception for me, Selina, as the carriage takes off into the night sky like a
One
bat
of these
out.
dice should I roll?
The
Can
good one.
Mr. Bones help her look for things?
No,
Damn.
he
But
doesn't give a shit.
But I can give myself guidance.
That's true.
I wish I could give myself guidance on things.
Multi-class again, you fucking munchkin.
No, I'm saying in real life.
And I thought instantly.
I'm gonna add a D4 to this.
Oh no.
19, please.
Hey.
Nice.
19. Okay, so it's very difficult. You look around to make sure like you're not being followed by like a wyvern or anything like that. You're looking around, and you guys are gonna land on the other side of the island?
Just somewhere where it's not.
Because there's basically the
island.
island. Yeah.
Be seen.
So basically, roughly the other side, kind of.
I
Yeah.
don't think we're
But not on
actually
the
planning on landing.
side of
Just,
it.
So
town.
we were gonna.
just do a fly around?
We were gonna see if we could even fly to the island. We're concerned that the fog was gonna stop us.
All right. The fog is pretty low lying, so it's like you can fly above it. But so as you crest closer and closer, you can't really make anything out down there. There's a bunch of fog all over the island. Stretches out and seems to be billowing out into the ocean. There are no discernible features really down there. It's a island covered in fog at this point.
So if we went through the fog towards the edge of the island, that
You'd
looked
get pretty close.
okay.
I mean, so we could land tonight if we wanted to.
No, because we could always escape back as long as he doesn't out of tune. So. I mean.
I'd say if we have the opportunity to land, we land.
Okay. Yes, so we're looking to land on this island, evidently.
If we can land without being seen.
If you can land without being seen, let me roll stealth for Mr. Bones.
Maybe we just.
Yeah.
Oh, what? That's
Can
a
I
cock.
give him guidance?
Sure.
I've given him guidance.
All right. So the 4 horses and the massive carriage have now rolled stealth.
See, I was saying we should not land.
Yep.
This
So you
is
guys
how
are
we get arrested.
So you guys are going towards towards. So what you are directing Mr. Bones to go where?
The back end of the island, as far from the little town that we can see on the inner coast as possible. It doesn't look like it has any houses or guards.
All right. So again, you guys know roughly where the town is, and your best bet is to travel away from there, and that's kind of what you're doing because you haven't made. So you crest and break into the fog. Mr. Bones doesn't seem to be deactivate or anything. You can see a bit more of the island now. You can't see much of it, but you get the sense it's kind of there's like a small mound in the middle where you imagine the temple is. Its island is probably no more than, God, I'd say 2 miles or so. It's not very wide, a couple miles wide,
Oh, it's like a Chincoteague.
It's a tiny little island. Yeah, I would say. Approximately, maybe I would say maybe a maximum of 4 or 5, enough to hold a bigger city, but just doesn't. It has a strip of little town. Kind of really tall and lean timbers that dot the landscape of sparse vegetation otherwise. And the fog clings to the island. These are just basic things, shapes you're making out. The lighthouse kind of giving you some vision, and you are hovering in the fog on this beach, this very sandy, coarse, rocky, awful beach. What do you wish to do?
What do I see into the island around us? Just
what I described.
Trees?
Yeah.
Okay. So no movement, no homes, no fire.
Doesn't appear to be.
Alright. Is there like that little window between the carriage and the front?
Yeah. It is.
So we can either go around the island and go back to the mainland, or it looks like we have a place to land if we take it quickly.
We're already here.
Do we feel ready for this?
This is
We could also camp on the island,
we're gonna
and we have your hut.
It's true.
So worst case.
I'd say we take our chances now under the cover of fog.
We are here.
Let's land.
I'm gonna cast Pass Without Trace with everyone.
Okay.
That's what I was right.
So yeah, let's land and let Mr. Bones rest for a bit. We promise to bring him back out, not on business, just to learn his tales and go from there.
We're here.
You are there. So you guys land on the and are you gonna cast the hut again? Try to make camp or?
Do we?
I would say we move away from where we just landed and then make camp.
Definitely.
All right, inland or near the beach or?
So following the
probably.
coastline away from where the main town is.
But still staying on the coast to make a getaway.
Yeah.
Okay.
And cleaning up any track spot. Well, he did Pass Without a Trace, so that'll take care of all of our tracks. They're non-magical means.
Correct.
I'm gonna.
Yes.
As we move, I'm gonna try to move stealthily. I don't know if you require that.
Yeah, go and roll stealth.
Yeah.
Nat 20, 30.
I got a natural 20.
Good job, 36.
So you are all rolling stealthily with Mr. Bones.
I think we
No,
just
he's-
missed Mr.
he's
You
Bones.
just missed him? Okay.
32.
Okay.
28.
You are quite hidden.
26.
No.
Yeah, I'm right up there with everyone else.
36.
You are so hidden.
Nat 20.
We both had natural 20s. That was great.
Proud of you.
Oh no.
Dun dun
We're in a
dun
room.
dun dun.
Everyone dresses up like
Do you only have a
civilians.
+6 or something?
So you guys make your way.
Halloween.
You guys make your way up the coast or whatever have you, and settle on this little beach. You're kind of inland. You're near a tree line of sorts. There's, you can see there's this what appears to be the only affixture to the island, a wrecked ship that just seems to be like a small boat that someone wrecked a long time ago
Yeah.
and has slowly but surely rotted. As you look around, you can hear there seems to be a storm starting to brew, almost not out of nowhere, but a storm starting to brew. Fog is now settling deeper and deeper, and it's becoming more difficult to see. And you can hear the fierce lapping of the waves. What do you wish to do?
I'm not aware of the tides of this island.
Yeah, do we want to move in closer to the tree line and make
Yeah,
camp for the night?
Can
Set up the hut.
I make a nature check to see how far up the water comes on the island?
Yep.
Okay. Well, great for nature. No, it's fast. Alright.
Nature is a bastard.
8.
So you are looking around and you're really like looking into the features of this island. And you guys are all listening to the kind of the waves. If I could have everyone make me a wisdom saving throw.
So the green one's going in the bag is its jail now.
Is
It
this
rolled me
a
one
charmed
earlier.
effect or a sleep effect?
Yes, it is.
And this is a magical effect.
Yes, it is. It's a charm effect.
Okay. I can give someone guidance.
You
You don't.
save.
You're not on a save, and you're not aware this is happening.
That's right. Got it. Never mind.
So
You're okay. Offering you guidance. I'm offering you guidance.
14.
1 second.
Sure.
Oh no, please don't go crazy. We like your hands.
Advantage screwed me.
What?
I rolled low on both. I rolled a 7 and an 8.
That's
Oh
not.
no.
But I mean, that's you still got your 8. You got 1 more point.
True.
What is? 1 second.
At least you're a wizard. You're trained. You're proficient.
I know.
You're a
So it's still
wizard, Harry.
12.
Oh, that music. Matthew, you bastard.
You hear a very gentle kind of sound that seems to kip up off the waves, and the fog and smoke gather around you.
Oh no.
And you can hear something deep in the island calling. What's your totals?
14.
12.
Oh my god.
Can I having
You have no idea this is happening.
but would it be unreasonable
No. Go ahead, but go ahead.
to play a counter charm?
No, you don't know what's happening. There's nothing
Well,
to counter.
I was just asking about the mysteriousness of the fog, but
Okay.
never mind.
27.
Nice.
17.
Alrighty. You are fine. You are fine. You and you
Yeah.
are both charmed.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
you don't know by what. But you just feel a beckoning and a closeness to something deep within the island. Draws you closer. And you
should-
now want to go there.
We should move in closer
We
to
should.
the tree line to make camp.
And none of you
I
know
think
wisdom saving
that's-
throws happened or anything like that.
I think that's a good call.
Yeah.
I don't know how high the tides come in. Plus, it looks kind of a bit more cozy outside of the wind.
Yeah, the
Just
forest will
looking-
give us some better cover too.
That sounds reasonable to me.
You
No,
have
we
no-
just don't want to be
we're
out here in the
making
cold.
sense, right?
Then
It's
let us-
cold out here on the beach.
And let us move closer, just as long as we are not dangerously close to town. I'm assuming the effects of my trade pass what I do.
I don't know. Town sounds nice.
Do we?
Is it pointing us
Once we
to
have-
the town or the temple?
To the towards the town, but not in this. They're in the those things are both in the same direction,
Got
so
it.
you don't know.
Shall we? Is the plan that we make camp and then
Because-
stay overnight,
Wait.
and then in the light of day try to make inroads to the city? What is the plan now that we are here?
I don't know. We could just keep going in tonight and use the cover of fog.
Oh, that doesn't sound bad.
I think we were going to go around the island tonight, go back to the mainland, and then come back. But if we can't get back to the mainland, or for whatever reason decide
mean,
to stay here,
We're here. We might as well take care of business here. Jumping back and forth between the mainland doesn't seem like the best idea.
we should probably hide during daytime as much as possible. And then if we don't accomplish whatever we're doing tonight, do it tomorrow night. I know it's not a big island. I know there's not a lot of trees. But I have faith we could hide for 12 hours.
How long does your stealth curtain last?
An hour, I believe.
Okay.
Is that
Well, we
possible
should
for
better
us
make
now?
haste then.
An hour, you're good.
If we're to move
For now.
further in and do reconnaissance
And
tonight.
you can.
Well, we have the fog here.
Of course.
Yeah.
That sounds reasonable to me.
So
Honestly.
we should not be stationary this evening for very long.
Sure.
We
Should
should
I
keep
look
moving.
like a human child or something?
We should all look like
Yes.
humans as much as we can. Look like the Pompeii circumstancey kind
I don't
of
know if
people.
you can update my disguise or anything.
Yeah, I can make it look like you have like cauliflower ears.
Was that what you wish to do?
So I'm
Yeah.
gonna drop the disguise and just go back to being human.
Okay.
Can you give me guidance?
Yes.
Good.
As you guys,
I'm gonna touch him up to make him more human. That's 25.
okay. So as you guys are talking amongst yourselves and deciding where to go, you can see everyone roll perception.
Oh, that's less. You still have guidance. Because I didn't take it away and I didn't do anything else.
20 total.
2.
16.
Perfect.
9.
13.
You guys are all talking. You're like, and it's starting to rain. You kind of scoot in a little closer to the tree line. You're like, well, and you're all deciding basically to move inward, stay on the island, and try to wait it out for 12 hours.
So we're gonna reconnaissance around the island as much as we can.
Yeah.
Head towards
If we
the center.
don't find what we're looking for, we're going to hide and camp on the island during the day, and then come back out tomorrow night.
Perfect.
How long does the hut last for?
8 hours.
And is it invisible from the outside?
No.
No,
We've
we
been
can
through
hide
this.
We can hide it among the trees.
Out of the
I can make
corner,
it a color.
basically everyone who got like above 11 or above, I think everyone but you, someone got a 9.
I had 9.
You got a 9. Then you were, I think we're fine. Because out of the corner of your eye, you can see like these shapes emerging from the crashing waves.
Yeah, we should
Oh, we should get
probably
moving.
move.
There seems to be several of them. 4 of them are about human size, and then 2 of them are large, like 10 plus feet tall.
Do I know
We
what
need
they
to
are?
move.
Roll nature.
I'm heading in.
Yeah, I start moving after Gilly.
It's a natural one on nature. Let's move it.
Yeah.
Dashy dashes.
All right. If everyone could roll me initiative.
I like to move it. So, just to check, since my docent, I have to make an action to make the perception check. When you ask for
Just
perception checks,
look it up on D&D Beyond. It should be on there.
Okay, okay,
I believe it's a bonus action for your
Right.
docent to do it.
right.
Yep.
Oh no. Oh no.
We stood on the shore too long, guys.
So how big is this island? Like how many feet across?
How many feet across?
2 miles, so 10,000 feet.
Yeah, plus.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just
Probably a
we
little
said
more.
around 2 to 4 miles.
Just
Based
check.
on my poor understanding of distance and geography.
10,560 feet to be exact.
It's like it's like one of those islands that like
Yeah.
you don't think of as an island, but it's like Manhattan.
10,960.
You know what I mean?
So there's a couple of islands that are exactly that big,
Yeah.
right off the coast of Massachusetts.
That's
And,
exactly what this is based on. Yeah.
Chincoteague?
Yeah.
And-
Yeah. It's basically Chincoteague. Yeah.
So
It's
based on my
literally-
current position, how many feet away is the temple-ish or town?
No, it's
Is
Take
it
me
less
with
than
you.
5? Is it more than 500?
Take me
It's
with you.
much more than 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
5,200.
So emerging from the waves, and they seem to be moving rather quickly, and then they break on shore and start to slow down. Emerging are these 4 humanoid creatures that appear to be humans, but in place of normal skin is kind of like they're bloated and basically sea zombies. They have in places one of their arms they have these kind of shellfish-like barnacle swords, and they look corrupted humans by the sea that are undead. Flanking either side of them are very large. Massive. If a human was made out of a lot of tentacles and bounded up in a meat suit with a couple tentacles instead of arms.
There's nothing about this I don't like. Sounds delightful.
I am so sorry for your love life.
Aren't we all?
Let's call him the Fallogar, just to be safe.
Oh my god. Do you want initiative from any of us, or are we just gonna...
Well, yeah, we're getting initiative.
make
I just
weird
didn't.
jokes?
1 second.
We're getting a real good rhythm going
Oh
from all
god.
directions.
Please stop.
Oh no.
Justice, what's your initiative?
18. Skin suit was the last person that cut.
Gilly.
Yeah.
17.
Selina.
Also 17.
Nice.
Sylvia.
11.
Do we have to duke it out with dexterity
I
now?
think we just get to decide. But it's up to Matt how it works.
No, I'm going to speak for Matt. I see that.
It's a dex tie. I believe you guys have identical dexes.
14.
According to the official rules, at least. we're
According to the ruling I just
figuring out.
made.
I'm just saying.
Hello?
I'm just saying.
And I'm just saying I already made a ruling.
It's up to you, obviously.
And I just made a ruling. You guys have
Well, we have
identical
tied
dexes.
decks. So
And
what are
now,
we
if I
doing?
can finish,
Okay.
decide amongst yourselves.
what I was trying to say.
And I was providing a general rule and adjudicating.
Okay.
Don't need to be reminded of the officials.
You know, I prefer the variant rule where there's like a...
I mean, let me pull out all of my D&D books so I can thwap you all.
Let's pull out Schwazi and just put our fingers on it.
So,
Oh my God. Whatever page
one
you're
of
at.
these things that is emerging from the sea, like you can see they have incredible speed. They emerge from the shoreline, and it's like, and it's
No!
So who would be closest to the shore?
Not me, because
Selina.
I already said that I started
those
that.
two,
I have-
'cause we
I have-
Why did you
started
just
moving
throw me
towards the
under
tree.
a bus?
You're making your nature check.
That is fair.
While
Right.
we were heading in.
Yeah, we're definitely not close.
Oh, I have.
Yeah, we definitely have already started walking
This
in.
is fun.
Thank you.
So yeah, change Justice and Sovelius, and you're probably
Yeah, that
closer to,
seems
right?
reasonable, yeah.
Because they had the charm that pulled them in faster than...
Very
What charm?
good. Yeah.
Yep.
What charm? I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know either.
Oh.
All I know is
I'm
it
so ready.
sounds really nice. It sounds
So
much
we're
better
running
than
from
this.
this.
Soaked barnacle and drowned gurgle barnacle. Neat. Bloat soaked barnacle.
Hold on. This guy's name is different.
Uh-oh.
Mr. Krabs.
It's Burnicle.
Stop it.
All right. So bloat charges usually and is just like,
Oh no.
Almighty.
and is going to attack
No.
you with a. Oh god! It's going to attack you with its poison quills.
Oh no. I don't.
15 to hit.
Is that technically an element?
It's poison damage, which you resist right now or something. Anyway, 15 to hit.
Yeah,
Let's
that
get
hits.
there first. You take 3 points of poison damage. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. So it rakes into your body with like one of its what do you call it? Triangle blades. Oh, a natural one. It like basically does this, rakes across. I believe you do have resistance to poison damage right now from your.
So
Not yet, I think.
I have resistance. I think from. Do I only have resistance when I'm a dragon?
Correct. Immunity, in
Okay.
fact, I think. But yeah. Go ahead and roll Constitution saving throw.
Well, that's a 3.
You are poisoned for 1 minute. You have
So is poison considered an element?
the poison damage. I believe you can have with absorb elements. You only took 3 damage.
So,
Yeah.
okay.
Your poison, though, the conditioned poison, which means you have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks for 1 minute. You feel poison course through your body as this thing rakes you.
Poison is not considered for absorb elements.
Thanks, bud.
Acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder.
That makes sense. I was thinking of acid, the other green energy. Justice, it's your turn. You see Selina get raked by this thing, and these things are... They basically use the momentum of their incredible speed to like get on you guys. And now they're moving at regular speeds.
I'm going to move around onto the other side of Squirm,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to make 2 attacks with them.
Like
on
there?
it. Yep. I have my Assassinate class feature, so
You're going before it, so you have advantage on the attack roll.
yep, and all my hits are considered.
No.
I'm not surprised.
Correct.
So just advantage.
Correct.
Got it. That would be a 21 and a 13 to the attacks.
21 and a 13.
Yep.
Hit and hit.
Excellent.
Hey.
So my first 2 attacks. Yeah, do it like this. Oh, and a sneak attack on the first one. So, for my very first attack, that is 4 plus 4 is 8 plus 2d6. So 18 points of damage for the first attack.
18, what type, bud?
Let's see.
P-
4 of it is electricity.
You're good.
Yep. Piercing electricity.
14 was it? Sorry.
Yep. And then the second attack does not have sneak attack, but it is that, and so that one would have been 9 points of damage.
Nice. So you zip zap there. Electricity erupting from each strike. That is your action.
And then I'm going to use bonus action patient defense.
Spend a key point.
Yep, and
That is your turn. Selina, this bloated human creature, Barnacles, is on you.
Okay,
With barnacles on it.
Does antitoxin remove poison, or does it
Believe that
only give you
advantage.
resistance?
I believe it's like advantage or resistance. It doesn't cure it, I believe.
I'll look it up.
It just says advantage. It doesn't say anything.
Exactly.
All right. Then I've got.
Yep, it doesn't cure you.
Okay.
So I've got a 15-foot cube originating from me that I think will hit Barnacle, Bloat, and Soaked.
What are you casting?
Thunderwave.
15 foot. It's basically a +1. It will hit. If you angle it, you can hit soaked, but not all three. You can hit these two with an angle. Yeah, that's about it.
Okay.
You could, or you could aim it that way and hit Barnacle. It's up to you. These two or these two? I'd say 5, 10, 15. It's a cube, yeah.
Alrighty, so we're gonna let them make a Constitution saving throw, and I'm gonna do Bloat and Soaked.
Smart choice. One makes it, and then one fails.
Okay, so and that was 15. Sorry, I forgot to tell you.
It's okay.
So the fail.
Just roll 2d8 thunder damage. If you're casting at first level.
I am. Who failed?
Soaked failed.
All right.
Left, right.
Yeah, because I can push him 10 feet away
I
from
understand.
me. So I was gonna push any of them that failed as far away from me, the 10 feet,
Right.
and then 4 points of thunder damage, and then 2 for the other one.
Okay. 4 points. So with the thunder, you crack your staff on the ground with a thunderous roar, which can be heard for quite a distance.
Yeah, 300. But there's a storm.
Yeah. That. Yes, I am quite aware. So with a loud crack of thunder, and you push that other one back between a little bit, and the other one is undeterred. Is that your turn?
Yeah, I've got nothing else.
Giddy!
I am going to cast a first level Arm of Agathis on myself.
Alright, you gain 5 temporary hit points, yada yada yada.
And as a bonus action, I'm going to use the cloak. Hello, Cloaky. Help me. But I'm going to activate Cloaky just a bit after I move, just about right behind Civilius. Yeah, so I'll activate Cloaky once I get behind
Oh yeah, I
Civilius.
deleted him. That's because he was copyrighted. Hold on. Bring it back. Let's actually pick the point. Okay.
But once I'm behind Civilius, so.
Yeah, I'm just putting him on the map. So you're behind Civilius, and then what? You want him here?
This seems good. Yeah.
Okay. Cloaky. Cloaky's gonna roll initiative.
Oh, wait.
Should be a bonus action to summon Cloaky.
Mm-hmm. What happens if Cloaky and I become distanced from each other?
You don't know.
I'm not summoning Cloaky. I'm gonna use my bonus action to heal Selina.
I mean, you kind of already did
Okay,
it.
fine.
Yeah.
I did it. Great.
Yep. Is that your turn?
Yep.
Selina!
She just went.
I just went.
Oh, right. Gilly went. Soak's turn.
Does he have a higher dex than I do?
No, it doesn't. So go ahead and go first. Oh, it's doing alphabetical. Right. No tiebreaker. We'll do that.
So this charm effect, how strong is it? Does it override my will to save my friends?
No. It does
Okay.
not. It's just charmed. It's not a domination.
Perfect. Alright, so I will Blade Song, and then I will Fireball right between Drown and Gurgle.
Great.
Which should hit everyone without catching anyone else in it.
Correct. So dexterity saving throws all around.
All around.
Barnacle.
Boy, oh boy.
You got all those D6s out on purpose.
DC
Yeah.
15.
Thank you. Then. Let's go.
It's 8d6, right?
Nope.
Yep.
Nope. 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 They all failed.
Oh god.
So with a streak of red energy, the beams. There's a brief pause where you think maybe it didn't work, and then it goes and erupts in an inferno of fire.
34 points of fire damage.
Woo, doggy.
I rolled almost max on all my
Yeah, you
dice.
keep rolling hot on the fireballs, bud.
Oh, man.
He's dead. Bloat, the one in front of you, erupts in a cinder. Let me double check something.
See, I thought fire damage wouldn't work on water creatures.
They don't have resistances.
Oh. I was
And they're
wrong.
slow
34?
and shambly. 34. I got 5, 5, 6, 4,
He only
5,
rolled
4,
one
1,
1.
4.
Everything else was a 4, 5, or 6.
You just did
It was
100
amazing.
170 points of damage.
It was amazing to watch.
Well then, there
I love
that
watching
is.
you roll
So
fireballs.
the fire erupts, and only the barnacled sea giant remains.
Alright, that's my turn. I'm good.
Oh, beautiful.
The lumbering
Perfect.
tentacle monster, undeterred, just.
We have places to be.
Good job, Civilius. That was a right proper fireball.
Just gonna attack you. It's a miss. Take an attack. So it's just like swipes at you with the tentacle and comes back around. Just doesn't even get close. It's Clokey's turn. What would you like Clokey to do?
Huh.
Just a general command.
It can it attack?
Yeah, he has a sword. Pulls out a long
Alright.
sword.
It's gonna attack Barnacle.
Misses, and then just Clokey get more than one attack.
I don't know. It doesn't say.
I got it.
Okay.
I have his stats.
Cool, cool.
Nope. But it can enter space, so it'll do that.
Oh.
And it will gain advantage on the attack roll. Still misses.
Okay.
So it's like you can see Clokey enters the space, it perks up, and then the thing is like, but Clokey cannot find purchase with its sword.
Okay.
Justice, it's your
Good
turn,
try.
bud.
I'm gonna move within dagger tossing range, and I'm just gonna chuck a dagger at him.
Okay.
Actually, twice.
Dagger.
That is a 12 and a 13 to hit.
Hits. Both.
Oh, nice. So first one. Exactly. That is 8, 10, 13, 17 points of damage.
By what means do you wish to vanquish this foe?
I will just have the zip zap dagger
Damn
pass
fireball.
through the back of his head and then back through it on the way back to my hand.
You just throw it out barely without even looking. You're just like, you
Excellent.
can hear it come out and then come back in.
These are all disgusting noises.
Nice. And
Beautiful.
And there endeth the encounter.
Clokey comes back. Actually, can Clokey act as like a carpet?
No.
Tim.
a whole new world.
Fly me into the city, Clokey.
Clokey can fly. Clokey
born
is
of
a
you.
creature. It does not speak, and it can carry you around if you want it to. You can ask it to.
That's what I was saying. It can carry me around.
Well, it's not a carpet. I mean,
But, like-
it can carry you around. It can physically lift you.
Yes.
Okay, you move it 15?
Just
No,
slowing
20
everyone down.
20 feet.
Clokey's just like
It just lifts you.
Can-
It seems
It's like a Doctor
unentertained.
Strange cloak.
That's exactly what it's like.
perhaps we should move
Living
away
my
from
best life.
perhaps
From
we
the
should
water?
move away from the
I'm
source
already-
of
Yeah,
this
we should definitely
Seems
move.
legit.
Clokey's
in
already
closer
carrying me in.
to the temple.
and move let us move diagonally. Like I'll take the lead, I guess, in terms of like stealthiness and maybe scouting. I'm gonna try to take us at an angle diagonal, so if anyone's coming from town, you know what I'm saying.
All right, great. So without searching the bodies for any loot, you guys move on into the island.
Yeah.
And go ahead and helm the survival.
I'll
I'm
do it.
not rooting around those zombie corpses.
I mean, you guys are intent.
I don't want to stick around. It's making
Yeah,
it's
no,
creeping
you've gotta
me out.
You help me out?
It's creeping me out.
I
I don't
can't
want to
help
go
you.
through
It's
it.
dangerous out here. We have to
Okay.
be given
It is
Oh, I didn't know you were
dangerous.
giving guidance before.
Oh, I can give you guidance, yeah.
8.
I feel safer with
Okay.
you.
You guys get on in there and start traveling around. You end up back on the beach.
This fog is
This
very
is-
confounding.
Not where I want to go.
Okay.
Perhaps you could read the lands better. Have more of an urban.
Just horse
Maybe we
things.
can make a better go of
All
this.
survive.
Probably.
I think, yeah.
Christ almighty. Damn it.
Civilius and I are kind of walking off.
Okay.
Right?
We kind of know where to go. Just follow us.
Yeah.
So I get a
We're
6,
going.
so we're gonna follow them.
Okay. Go ahead and roll survival. Whoever would like to helm your guys' survival check.
Do we get a bonus because of we're
Yeah.
charmed in the direction of like a pole almost?
Just roll and we'll find out.
Okay.
Who's
I
No
follow
one to
Civilius.
tell us no or where to go.
Did you roll a single digit?
I'm
No, I
being
didn't roll at
carried
all.
by Clokey.
11.
all right? So you head off in one direction. They head off in another. You guys are no longer have eyesight of each other, and you don't know where one each other are. You are lost in
Wait,
the
you guys
fog.
aren't following
Both
us?
of you. Both.
No.
You guys got
had me
split
roll a
up.
survival check, and I rolled
And then
a
you guys
6,
said, "Okay,
and
we're
then
going to do
you
something."
went off and
At
did
the same
something
time,
else.
which is exactly how people get lost. Oh, this thing is happening. I'll do my own thing. That's how people get lost in the fog.
So are we together or is she and I
The
together?
two of you are. The two of them are. You guys are heading in a very specific direction. You don't know where you guys are heading.
Perfect.
How could this end badly?
Can you
Can I what?
What are you guys doing?
animal messenger to find them?
I actually can do animal messenger to find them. Let me find an animal. Let's find the creepiest animal possible.
No! Survival in this circumstance.
So I believe.
You can
Oh
fly.
man,
No.
this is rich.
You could touch
This
the
is
sky. Think about it. Every night and day.
Fine. You said perception,
Survival.
survival. Fine. 18.
I could just spread my wings
All right.
Fly.
and fly away.
You find a an owl. Woo, woo.
Where did you go?
So you take 10 minutes to cast it.
No.
So, unfortunately, you having never been to where they currently are, the owl returns shortly after.
And I
I'll give
couldn't
a blast
see
on the horn
any
of
of that
alarm.
as we flew over the island
Okay.
because I had a high perception coming into the island.
Apparently not.
I'm going to
It's
use.
a 2-mile long island. Like
Hang
we
on.
walked all the way around it.
Hang on. I'm going to
Did
use
not.
my horn of alarm and send a blast to Selina.
Would you
don't
do
know-
that? You're
You don't
charmed.
know that we're missing. Have you
I know
noticed?
that you're not near us.
Actually, well, we all have horns of alarm.
Yeah.
We're looking for them. I would do it. If
Yeah,
I'm
just
in my
because
right
you're
mind.
charmed doesn't mean we want to be able to split up. We just want
Right.
to get to the
I
center.
guess.
And if we drag them along with us,
Yeah, that's
you know what?
We
That's
just
actually
don't want to go. Exactly.
Just go ahead and just put off that really great thing in the middle of the island that you really want to do.
well, no, I mean we're not putting it
I'm
off.
still
We're
moving.
constantly moving towards it,
Yes, but I'm just
We're
giving
just
a blast
calling
so
out
that they
for
know
them.
where we're like
so
the
they can
direction.
find us.
So I have an
They'll
owl
catch
on my
up.
shoulder now
Yep.
for 24
Well-
hours until they find these fuckers.
I think so.
Yep.
And then when you find us, it's like, where?
Loch Ness monster.
This owl is telling you.
They have a radar.
Nobody's
The
business.
scientists are coming.
So this owl gets lots of scritches because I'm not mad at the owl. I'm mad at these idiots.
Great.
So are we doing like a Marco Polo thing with
We
the
are not
horns
idiots.
now?
We have the
You
higher
can certainly try.
All right.
Are the horns of silent arm, are they constant? Like, do they have charges, you know?
I think they have charges.
Oh fuck.
It's 3 charges a day.
Oh great.
So I just used one blast.
Do we know which direction it came from? Do I have to survival again
The
to
horn of
figure out
alarm
where it came from?
should tell you direction.
Horn has
4 charges.
4 charges.
4 charges. It should tell you direction.
Yeah, but if I survival my ass the wrong direction.
Sure.
So, you guys blow for them southwest.
Okay.
Because you're more on the northeast part. You're guessing.
Don't you have a magical compass that points you in the direction of things that you desire?
Do you desire me?
She obviously desires.
You guys are married, if memory serves.
Are we technically married now?
No. But yes, but no.
Oh yeah, because we exchanged necklaces or something.
Like
You
really
gave me a
nice
diamond.
gifts all
You gave,
intimate.
me a, you gave me a very nice diamond necklace.
Listen, I'm
I
not an
did.
expert in lesbian relationships.
But you're basically married.
Yeah, you're basically. Why isn't this thing adjusting?
She
Hello?
introduced you to her parents?
I know.
Exactly.
I did.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
To be fair, I also introduced Civilius to my parents, and then
But did not exchange really
Mhm.
diamonds.
That's true.
She gave you diamonds, that's all I'm saying.
That's
I mean,
true.
Is
That's true.
which
Gargulion's
is just
best
your
friend.
beard.
So,
Or
Would you
or
like to
I-
try to find them?
yeah.
I'm gonna try and follow the Hound of Alarm.
Roll survival with advantage, I will say.
Alright.
Thank God.
Yeah. 20.
Alright, so you guys said you're still heading there, but you're blowing the alarm to kind of like leave a breadcrumbs. You are you're trying to find, and you're like, we're fine! And then like you look just past, and you can see they're kind of starting to go over the hill towards the town, and they're pretty far away. They seem
So
to be
can I see them now? So
Yes.
this owl can
Yes.
go harass
Correct.
the shit out of them?
correct. Yes.
That's what's happened.
Alright, so the owl. What does it say?
Where are you?
Right here.
I use message to say, we're right here! We're heading to town!
120 feet on
You
message?
can.
I don't know, is it too far?
Probably.
I did it anyway.
Yeah, you don't get a response.
Okay.
Oh my god.
They're acting quite irrationally. They should stop moving. Does no one know what happens when you split up? You stop moving.
We were told specifically not to stop moving.
They tell juvenile Warforged this during training.
It's pretty great.
I got nothing for you. This is what happens when you stick nobles in the line.
Except I'm being carried by
Tourists.
Clokey.
That's true.
They're probably... Wait, so they're only moving at 20 feet. We can catch up so
But
quickly.
flying. And you guys have to deal with the terrain. So she's moving at about pace.
Terrain doesn't do shit for me.
And I have
And
base
if
speed
you
of
give me
45.
this way.
I have a
Freedom
base
of
speed of
movement.
45.
Not free movement, but land strider.
Yeah, I'm
So
not
I
waiting
have
for you
Land
to
Strider.
So you guys
But-
catch up to them.
fly around.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
Good. Remember your abilities. It works for me. You have Rogue's Dash and your
Exactly.
So you guys are like, once you see them you get them as they're cresting over the hill towards the town, and you guys
So,
can now see Ivorsmouth
From where we
below.
are on the hill
Yeah.
to the door of the temple, how far is that?
I would say it's still about 1,000 feet.
Are you
You
attempting...
can see a nice
Really?
humble stone.
Why?
He's trying.
Why are you like this?
You can see a nice humble
Just let me
stone
put Clokey back on
structure
first.
that is high on this kind of hill that the roads kind of wind up to, and beneath it
It's
is a
technically
nice
an item, so it'll pull
a nice town with
because it's
beautiful thick woodwork, dark kind of rosewood, I think it's called, with really a lot of domes in this town. You can see the little humble port and fish. Nice little town with cobblestone roadways, and it seems to be well organized and
Do
well
I
planned.
see any people?
Roll perception. Really, it's still pretty hard to see, but you guys are
Can I-
making out things.
Can I assist? Because I was about to ask the same question.
Sure.
27. 28. Excuse
Roll
me,
that 20.
28.
It's pretty late, though. You don't really see people. You see there are some people, but it's not that many.
Do I see any laundry lines?
Laundry lines? No, I wouldn't say laundry lines. No. Oh, as in like actual laundry?
As in, like, people have hung up laundry
people
to dry, like,
leaving
over.
their clothes
Nah,
out that we
it's
can
raining.
steal.
Well, they wouldn't know that when they went to bed.
Well, there are not many laundry lines. I'll say that.
I want to see what the clothes look like. If they look like weird pompadour things.
They are.
I recognize this. There's laundry to see.
You can see some of the clothes, but you gather they're probably pretty soaked by now.
I'm okay with this. I just want to know what they look like so I can make my cloak of many fashions look like something useful.
Yeah, you can do that.
Excuse me, how about we take a short rest as we originally intended to do so that I can regain my
I don't know, we
key
shouldn't
energies.
keep moving. We shouldn't stop moving. It's dangerous out here.
How about we take a moment to take a rest as she can use her tiny hut as we previously discussed and agreed upon?
We might have some respite in the temple. It's not that far away.
You are being
doors are
foolish
open.
right now. You are going to get yourself killed.
Would you like to lose a hand too? Do you not feel special?
Has no one told you what you do when you get separated in the wild? You do not move when you are trying to find somebody else.
You guys can move faster than us. We need you to catch
That's
up.
right.
You are going to get yourself killed.
I used the horn so you could find us.
And then you proceeded to move away from where you were when you blew the
I
horn.
can't move very fast. You're very fast.
I'm just
trying to not slow us down.
I'm frankly surprised at the behavior. We've been traveling together for over a month. I thought you guys were wiser than this.
I mean, we're just trying not to get caught out here. It's raining, too. I mean, you know what that does to my hair.
And I just got over meningitis.
She did. It's a very serious condition.
This is my feeling sympathetic face.
That's your everything face.
It
Of
is.
course. So, if we would like to take a minute and to come up with a plan, we are now on the outskirts of town. I would like to re-up on my abilities. Can we take 1 hour?
Fine, we can...
You guys would like to take a short rest?
I would like to.
I guess I will reluctantly start to cast that as a ritual.
Alright.
But after that hour, we need to keep moving.
That's right.
So we don't get spotted or caught.
I'm so much. I'm gonna
Don't hate us.
I'm gonna try to calm myself. I'm just gonna fucking meditate.
Alright. So what are you guys doing during your short rest? Anything, any scenes, any resources you'd like to declare?
Natural recovery.
Yes. 3.
I am now.
my
Or-
packed spell slot.
Yep, they recharge you.
I am now.
I might use Arcane Recovery.
And I'm not poisoned anymore, am I?
I'm double checking.
I know,
It's
it's just 1 minute. It's like, ooh, and then it goes burn. It's like a heartburn. Really, really bad heartburn, but
I'll use Arcane Recovery.
I'll read through the paper that I took with me.
alright, great.
Just to see if there's anything that I need to know about us.
Is there any druidic in this forest?
Go ahead and roll perception.
And I get my blades on back because it's short rest. I am like not spent on
Nice.
anything because
Roll
of my
a hot
Arcane
night.
Recovery. So I got my major on my back.
Yep.
Oh,
And
you
that's
hit
plus
the
my
pack
fireball.
slot.
30.
I used a first and a third.
Druidic, yeah, they're mostly like kind of weather veins and druidic, like basically like tales of storms, storm year. This is basically what it accounts for, like tellings of storms and events. Nothing like whoa, but just very basic, like basic histories written on the
There's
trees.
no like, don't come here, it's scary.
Nope,
It
nothing
gets
like
really hot in
no.
summer and then muggy and it rains a bunch.
weather reports, basically. Yep,
Okay.
storm reports. Yeah.
Should I trade out Mr. Bones while we're here for something that enables me to fly?
I thought you wanted to be able to disguise yourself.
That's what I'm saying.
That would probably be a good idea.
Oh, I see
Can't
what you're
us
saying.
using Mr. Bones.
So
Yes.
I
Right
don't
now.
understand why. what
I mean,
the
not
question
Mr.
is then.
So I'm saying I am attuned to Mr. Bones right now. Should I get rid of him? We would not be able to make an expedient escape if I do that.
I thought the whole point was for you to unattune from Mr. Bones. That's why
Okay.
you wanted us to stop here for a whole hour instead of heading
Well,
into
no,
town.
I
I
wanted
wanted
to
to
stop-
refresh himself. It's okay.
I'm unable to use my abilities endlessly. My natural reserves
No,
expand.
that makes sense. Like, prepare yourself for.
Okay,
we're going,
okay.
We should go into that temple, but we have the cover of night to help us.
Correct.
Before we go into the temple,
Mm-hmm.
while we're doing this short rest, while I'm recovering my
Mhm.
spell slots,
Mhm.
I'm going to ritual cast divination a second time today.
Okay, and I believe I can't fuck with you yet, or
So if you cast the spell 2 or more times before finishing your next long rest, there is a cumulative 25% chance for each casting that you get a random reading. You make this roll in secret.
Secret rolls.
This is
the
great.
rare-
25% chance.
25%.
Yep, perfect. What is your question?
So I'm going to reach out to the drowned mother and ask permission to enter the temple. And not the drowned mother, the fish god that's there.
Fish god?
Straight to the fish god. We're going to go past the drowned mother, straight to the fish god. And we're going to ask for permission to enter the temple.
Mon calamari.
Oh man.
So you reach out into the...
Purple potatoes. That's what I'm going to get on.
You have my permission. I welcome you into my home.
Seems legit. Let's go.
So I've never done this more than twice, so I don't know what the ramifications are of this.
Great.
I'm guessing. So like as a character, I don't know. Let's see what happens.
We should head in. Are you done yet, Justice?
I'm nearly
I'm making it hard.
at equilibrium.
It is difficult for you to meditate at this point because of us, I think.
Traveler, please give me the strength not to kill my companions.
So, at the end of this
Traveler.
short rest, everyone could make me a intelligence check.
Are you worshiping the traveler? It's okay.
This is just a check, not a saving throw.
So it's just
Straight
a
intelligence.
roll plus intelligence
Plus your
modifier.
mod.
21.
You're good?
13.
Good?
12.
You're good?
I rolled low.
13.
You're all good.
Oh, okay.
And then, if everyone could make me a wisdom saving throw.
Yep.
Right.
Is
Yep.
this magic?
Is this a charm?
It is charmed and it is magic,
Oh, I
people.
did okay. 17 or 16.
Wisdom? 16.
You're good? Oh, wait, 16?
18.
You're good?
14.
Yeah.
16. I said it first. Sorry.
But did I ask you yet? Like, I can't
I don't
hear
know.
you.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you heard me. Sorry.
16 and 16, so 2 failures. You are charmed by this whatever lies in this temple, and you
Oh,
now
no.
have this feeling and beckoning to go travel towards the temple. You need to go there, And you guys are sitting there thinking amongst yourself, and you're like, you know what? Your aunt used to love stone stuff. She's probably in the temple.
Probably.
my
That's
God.
probably who you have to go see. And Finnan, he was like practically a stonemason, you remember. Definitely probably in that temple. So you should definitely go there. Someone you love, very dear, probably in that temple, hanging out.
It's going to be like herding cats. And there's nobody. There's no... As every time I've looked at perception, there's nothing. There's nobody moving around the island. There's no guards.
Like there's some sparseness. Really, it's pretty late. If you want to look more towards the temple, you can see there's probably a guard posted. There's what appears to be a couple guards. Yes, posted near the temple.
Okay.
I'm actually attuning to the cloak of the bat, not the...
Yeah, you're
the cow
pretty
shadows.
sure your aunt is in that temple, and you're pretty
Probably.
sure your brother's in that temple.
Or something related to my aunt.
Yeah,
It'd
yeah,
be a good idea to just go there.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
During my meditation,
We
I
should
had
head
time
in.
to think
Yeah.
about this. I think that if we were able to gain entrance into the temple in the cover of night, they told us that the townspeople do not go into this temple.
No, once
It is
we're
the
in it.
perfect
Once
place
we're
to
in it.
hide, instead of trying to hide on the island in enemy territory.
Perfect shelter from
The one place
I don't
where they
see
will not
anything
look
wrong
for
with that.
us.
I don't think once in the history of us traveling together, the three of you have agreed on anything.
And I mean, this might be linked to my aunt, too.
And Finnan could be there.
Quite the coincidence.
I mean, he just came to Mercinia, and that animal messenger didn't find him anywhere, I don't think.
You don't know that.
He never came, and he would have at least popped in to say hello or sent some kind of a message to say
do-
he's at least okay.
Exactly.
I think that
He's
this...
got the only explanation is that he's in this temple, and he can't.
Gilead thinks that might be a little bit of a stretch. However, if we do gain entrance, we can ascertain this for ourselves.
I'm gonna roll insight.
Roll insight.
That shit.
Go and roll insight.
What if Finnan and your aunt are like just having a nice cozy chat inside that temple?
Probably. I could see that
my
happening.
God. Okay.
Finnan would lose his mind if he
24.
met your aunt.
Oh, I'm
It
sure.
is
Just
unusual that
lose-
they're all
lose his
agreeing.
mind.
And this whole, like, their aunt and whatnot, all that's pretty crazy.
Did anyone pack any anti-charm spells?
I can't be charmed. I'm an elf.
I'm quite
I mean, I've never
resistant
seen
to
him get
magic.
charmed.
Yeah, I'm
That one
highly
time that we all got
resistant to
charmed
be
by Morgan and Glitch, he's the only one who didn't get charmed.
Yeah, there's no way I'm charmed.
I did not get. Well, I was not there, so.
I mean, I can
You,
play a counter charm, but I don't see the need.
The three of you are agreeing. This is weird.
Anyway,
Well-
we're wasting time. We need to get moving. We
Humor
can't stop
me.
staying.
Please?
You want me to play a counter charm?
Please.
Can I at least play it while we move in towards the temple?
Yeah, we can do it. You can do it while moving, right?
I mean, shouldn't we
Of
do it
course,
instead?
I can
It's
see.
1,000 feet away. Yes, but you have to walk at my speed.
I would say so, yeah.
Well, we're this close to the town. We
I
should stealth so we don't
physically
get
can't
caught.
walk at your speed. You can physically walk faster than I can.
But I'm gonna walk at half speed. You
Okay.
walk at my speed.
No slower than half.
I make no promises.
I also make no promises.
I walk at full speed.
I'll just
So stay
Start
within
singing?
range of her thing.
I'll just start singing for my counter charm.
Erase you, Justice.
Walk a lonely road.
Go ahead.
The longest road that I have ever known. Towards the temple throne, or temple room. All I know is I want to go.
Perfect.
Excellent.
Nice.
This is what it's
I
going
don't
to
know.
feel like to have teenagers if we ever have children.
Correct.
The three of you agreeing.
Alrighty. So, as you guys embark on your way towards the temple, driven by
Let me know when
sound,
we get 500.
you're 500 feet away.
Seriously?
Do it. So as you guys
yelling at my
embark
dimension.
closer, about 500 feet away,
After her song?
Sovilius, it only works again if they roll again. It's advantage. That's all there is.
Oh,
So
I thought it was
Sovilius grabs Gilly
Ready?
and they
Let's
go.
into past the door, and that's where into the temple, and that's where we're gonna call it for the night.
Oh, we're fucked.
I win. You hear me say to Justice as we zip away.
Deeply fucked.
Does the door slam as they go inside? Because that would be the icing on the cake.
We'll find out next week.
You know, it's a silly place. Let's not go there.
No, you want to go.
You want to go.
I know I do. Why didn't they take me with them?
I can only take one.
And Finnan is in there. I
Yeah,
needed
I mean,
to
That
go.
makes sense. She's slow.
Yeah.
You
You're
guys will
all
catch
slow.
up.
We can both fly.
Y'all slow.
We'll get in
I
there.
have little legs. What do you want from me?
So,
This is a perfect moment to yell at you. I wish I could say I could have a challenge of not being able to say no for 24 hours, but y'all have big dreams.
y'all have big dreams.
Y'all, best Disney quote
Yes.
of the
That is
2 weeks was
amazing.
this mom with her 2 kids who were behaving. With this mom with her 2 kids, and mommy would like to be able to do the mommy can't say no challenge for 24 hours. But y'all have big dreams.
That's amazing. That's a good quote.
That's a good one.
So,
Y'all have big dreams.
thank you for everyone who subbed. Thank you for those who followed.
Yeah,
Be sure to tell
thanks.
your friends
You're
about the
welcome.
stream. Remember Animal Crossing. Subscribe.
Thank you, Rob.
Tell your friends. You know, we're hopefully be rolling out some more content soon, and you know, just keep on the lookout. Follow on our socials. We're just here to have a good time, and we will see what this lonely stone temple in this town that they haven't even been to yet.
We already
You
know
know,
what's
we're
in
all
there.
just gonna have to roll
Yeah.
new characters.
Finnan and my aunt.
That's
Perfect.
right.
Done.
That's
And
right.
the stone we seek. And they'll be handing us the stone.
And
During.
it'll be
You can
candy.
see if the green dice
And
gets
candy.
out of dice jail next week.
The answer is
Oops, I'm on the
no.
wrong day.
Next week in the wonderful world of Edda, which is not so wonderful. Bye.
So did you use the armor of Valley?